Join us for the opening weekend of the Division I NCAA Baseball Championship as we bring you all the action on Learfield's Regional Rundown Show. From foul pole to foul pole, we'll cover every game with live play-by-play, highlights, and scores as they happen all weekend long. Live on the free Varsity Network app, join our crew starting Friday, May 29th as we go game to game across the 16 regional sites. Slide headfirst into the Regional Rundown exclusively on the Varsity Network app.
Play ball! Signing off, but this Yale team, they have 124 stolen bases. The guy who just striked out, Dosa, had 28 for 28, and this young man, 27 for 31. I mean, those are pretty strong numbers.
Slider swung on and missed, and a good pitch. 1-1 the count. 1 out, nobody on. Eric Segura working with battery mate Jacob Galloway. Ethan Porter at first. A.J. Singer at second. Tyler Inge at short. Paul Vasquez at third. Segura to the plate. Fastball in there for a strike. The count 1-2. In the outfield, Josh Proctor in left. Easton Tolt in center. Adam Haight in right. 1-2 the count to Garrett Larson. Segura, a 3-pitch punch out of the leadoff hitter Dosa, comes back to the plate, and the 1-2 pitch way outside, ball 2. And that evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
You gave the park's dimensions, and it's not a big park. And people have talked about how it plays small, but it did not play small yesterday.
No,
I even mentioned that to Gippy, and he said, no, it is traditionally played smaller than it did yesterday.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Garrett Larson. Segura to the plate, punch slowly up along third. Charged by Vasquez, off-balance throw to first to Ethan Porter is in time. Good play by Paulie, an RBI in the first, getting Easton Told home to stake the Beavers to the 1-0 lead. And again, a nice play. His mechanics, Jim, are pretty good at third.
No, he does everything right. He knew he had to get rid of it because this ball was hit off of Larson's knuckles, and it was just trickling down the third baseline. Larson, I just mentioned, 27 stolen bases, starting outfielder. He has speed down the line, so good job by Paul.
Chris DePrima, right-hand hitting junior, 352 with 40 runs batted in, takes a slider for a strike. 0-1 the count, 2 outs, nobody on, 1-0 Beavers.
Well, I thought that Segura looked very good in warm-ups, and there's nothing that the 2 hitters have done to change that opinion.
The strike 1 pitch, fast one swung on and missed. Tough pitch under the hands. The count, no balls and 2 strikes with 2 down and nobody on. Eric trying to set the good tone. After you put up a run, the next you want your starter to come out and just, okay, shove it. And so far, so good and in that respect. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs to DePrima. Eric ready, the right-hander to the plate. Fastball inside. Now, Paul Vasquez,
95.
The third baseman was starting to run off the field. That was his fastest pitch yet, and it just missed the inside corner.
I mean, the guy steps in and looks at a 84-mile-an-hour slider, then a 94-mile-an-hour fastball right on the corner, and then a 95-mile-an-hour fastball.
1-2, 2 down. Eric to the plate with a 1-2 fastball taken. Strike 3 call to retire the side, and Segura setting a beautiful tone for the Beavers from the hill, retiring the side in order with a pair of strikeouts. And at the end of 1, the Beavers won and Yale nothing on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Now at McDonald's, a sausage McMuffin is only $1.50. So stop dreaming about breakfast sausage and go get it. Get more value on the under $3 menu.
Limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Prices may be higher for delivery.
Pacific Office Automation is an official sponsor of Oregon State Athletics. Let us help you create your total office solution with copiers and printers, security systems and cameras, managed IT and cloud services, unified communications and telephones, including carrier services, plus temperature sensing kiosks and more. The one source for all your office technology solutions. Go to PacificOffice.com. Pacific Office Automation. Problem solved.
Now at McDonald's, wake up to a $4 breakfast meal deal. Wake up to a sausage McMuffin or a sausage biscuit, to hash browns, and wake up to a hot coffee. Get your $4 breakfast meal deal.
Limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Prices may be higher for delivery.
We go to the second inning at the Eugene Regional elimination game between the Beavers and Yale. 1-0 Beavs. It'll be Josh Proctor, Adam Haight, and Jacob Galloway coming up against Yale right-hander Tate Evans. Beaver Baseball is brought to you by Pacific Office Automation. Local people respond. Local people make decisions. Local people make sure you're happy. Pacific Office Automation, problem solved. And by Samaritan Health Services. Team doctors for Beaver Baseball and here for you. From expert orthopedic care to cancer screenings and beyond, Samaritan Health Services is with you every step. 1-0 Beavers as Josh Proctor steps in against Tate Evans, who works from the stretch with the bases empty. Breaking ball strike, the count 0-1. The Beavers getting a run in the first. Easton Tolt singled to center on the second pitch of the game, was sacrificed to second by A.J. Singer, scored on a 2-out base hit by Paul Vasquez. The strike one pitch, fastball down to Josh. 1-1 the count. Proctor standing in at .272, 7 homers, and 39 runs batted in. Had his hitting streak end at 9 games yesterday. Swings at the changeup and hits a rope down the left field line into the corner. Garrett Larson chases it down, digging for 2 and going in, standing up, a leadoff double for Josh Proctor.
One thing I mentioned it last inning. Tolt, first 2 pitches. Singer pulled the trigger early. It's just Porter pulled the trigger on. Actually, it was a bad breaking ball, but it just seems like the Beaver hitters are more aggressive. This is a changeup, and Proctor just lashed it into the corner. I thought the left fielder should have tried to cut it off. Either way, he played it off the wall. He didn't have to. He could have cut it off. Either way, Proctor was going to get second.
Adam Haight, the batter. 1-0 Beavers with a runner at second to open the second inning. Nobody out. Haight shows bunt, takes the fastball high, ball 1, 1-0. Jimmy, it's not lost upon me among the many storylines from yesterday, the chief of which was Nick Lewis's pitching performance for Washington State, no question. But the Beavers only had their leadoff man on once in the game. Now they've done it here in the second inning today, and in the first inning as well.
2 for 2.
And so pressure from the get-go last inning and now here in the second. Breaking ball to Haight. Again with Adam showing bunt is outside, ball 2, 2-0. 270 for Adam, 3 homers, 30 runs batted in. When a count goes this way, sometimes you give the guy a shot to not bunt and maybe move the runner on his own. We'll see. Nope, they keep the bunt on, and Haight takes high, ball 3. 3-0. What's your thinking on that? Haight, here, you got him on, you got him over, and you got him in last inning. Yeah. It looks like Gippy's taking the same approach.
I like it, and it's because of the guy behind him is a contact guy. Galloway has 11 strikeouts on the year. Sometimes you got to look behind and say, well, is that guy going to get the job done?
The 3-0 pitch, down and away, ball 4. Which now brings Jacob Galloway to the plate, who has bunted frequently this year, Jim. And you wonder now, first and second, nobody out. First base was open. Haight was up there to give himself up to bunt, ends up drawing a 4-pitch walk. Galloway leads the team in sacrifices with 9. Tyler Inge on deck. Is he looking for 10?
I believe he is, yes.
Okay. A throw to the shortstop from Tate Evans to Colin Sloan. Galloway, the batter, 297, a homer, 28 runs batted in, including an RBI double yesterday. You think you're expecting him to bunt?
I am.
Yeah, okay, we'll see. Proctor at second, Haight at first. Galloway, the batter, and does square and takes low and inside, ball 1.
And you mentioned the leadoff hitters just one time in the game yesterday. Oregon State got their leadoff hitter aboard. And you also, along those lines, thought the Beavers just did not put pressure on it. Well, I mean, literally from the first batter, the Beavers have had pressure. They had the second inning in a row here where
Galloway gets a great bunt down up along third. Jack Dower fields and throws to first. And Galloway, the team leader in sacrifices, gets his 10th of the year. 5-3 on the sacrifice, moving Proctor to third and Adam Haight to second. Nicely done by the versatile Jacob Galloway. And Tyler Inge, the batter, second and third, 1 out. The Beavers trying to add to their 1-0 lead. Inge is a good bunter, too, Jimmy. I mean,
look at the first baseman. He fully anticipating that Inge is going to bunt. I don't think so. I think he's going to just keep the ball in the middle of the field.
Second and third, one out. The right-hander Tate Evans steps back of the rubber. Tyler Inge at the plate. Inge has 8 sacrifice hits on the year. Second on the club to team leader Jacob Galloway, who just got his 10th down. Inge is not bunting. He looks at a breaking ball. Strike. 0-1 the count. At least he was not bunting on the first pitch. We'll see now. Proctor doesn't have great speed at third, so
yeah, I think we're going to let him hit, or they're going to let him hit. You just keep the ball in the middle of the field. That's what you do in this situation.
The strike one pitch, fastball taken, strike 2. So Inge has now got to fight it. No balls and 2 strikes with 1 out. He's got to battle a 2-strike approach with Josh Proctor at third, Adam Haight at second, 1 away. 1-0 Beavers. The infielders at normal depth up the middle, even with the bags at the corners. Inge lays off a strike 2 pitch in the turf off speed, and the count 1-2.
You got to give credit to Tate Evans on the first. He gets lands a first pitch slider strike and then just paints the outside corner to get 0-2 on Inge.
Now 1-2 on Tyler. Easton Talt on deck. 1 out, second and third. Breaking ball, line to center. It's playable for Dosa, but this will get the run home. Caden has a good arm, but he's going to make the throw to third as Proctor comes down the line to score. A sacrifice fly for Tyler Inge, and the Beavers lead it 2-0.
We're in the second inning, and the Beavers have 3 sacrifices already in the game. 2 bunts and a sac fly. Good job by Tyler Inge to get the job done. You hate to give up an out and then not get the job done.
That's the first sacrifice fly for Tyler Inge in his Beaver career. 2-0 Beavers. Adam Haight made it safely into third. And now Talt with a push bunt up along first. And Talt gets a base hit. And down the line to score is Adam Haight. A bunt single for Talt. And the Beavers lead it 3-0.
Yep. Earlier when the Beavers bunted, it was Singer. He bunted a little bunt, nice bunt. But the pitcher was able to field the ball. The way they're playing the Beavers defensively, you look right now at Singer, if you're going to bunt, just push it to second base. There's nobody over there. But that's a great job by Talt to pick up an RBI on a bunt single.
He draws a throw and gets back. 3-0 Beavers in the second. 3 runs and 4 hits. That's sounding pretty good for the Beavers early in the game, who were stymied by the brilliance of the complete game performance by the Cougars' Nick Lewis yesterday. Talt will be runnerish here, I would think. The pitch on the way to Singer. Good fastball on the outer half for a strike. The count 0-1. And the Beavers really executing the game soundly and well thus far early.
I think that's 4 bunts. Is that right? Or 3 bunts.
And a sacrifice fly. A bunt single for Talt. And Easton is 2 for 2. So doing his job out of the leadoff spot. A throw to first. And Easton 25 for 30. In stolen bases. Easton, I think, is going to look to take off on Tate Evans with 2 down. He doesn't go. Singer swings through the fastball. Doesn't get it. And the count, no balls and 2 strikes.
Now he will go. I think, Mike, with the 0-2 count, I was talking about all the Yale stolen bases, 124 coming into the year. Oregon State has 49 now after Paul. He throw a stolen base in the mix here for the Beavers today.
Yeah, that's true. Sacrifice bunt, sacrifice fly, 2 out hit, stolen base. Good stuff. 3-0 Beavers in the second, looking to keep their season alive today in the Eugene Regional. 0-2. Talt bluffs. The pitch is high. A throw down to first, and Owen Turner with the throw to Davis Hanson, but Talt gets back safely.
Yale has 124 stolen bases in 149 attempts. But here's the point I was going to make, Mike, is the opponents have stolen 53 bases in 65 attempts. That's a very high percentage.
The pitch to Singer, nice piece of hitting. A line drive base hit to right, and the ball bobbled by DePrima and bobbled again, and Talt's being waved around third. The throw to the plate, and he is out at the plate.
Well, the right fielder He messed it up and booted it a little bit, but then he made a great throw, Chris DePrima. He threw a ball on a line from right field. I like the Beavers trying.
Do you?
I do. It took that throw to get him.
Second and third with Porter, your three-hole guy, and coming.
Yeah, well, there's
I
that.
I understand.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it when we come back. It's a good start for the Beavers. That's the first bit of a downturn only in that Gippy saw DePrima kicking the ball around and right and said, well, maybe he'll throw it into the netting, too, while he's at it. But a good piece of hitting by A.J. Singer goes for naught. A base hit and an error, but the error leads to a throw to the plate and an out. So he kind of baited the Beavers into getting the strong arm right fielder
That's what he did.
to get tall. He had a plan all along. The Beavers settled for two. We go to the bottom of the second. 3-0 Beavers over Yale on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Join us for the opening weekend of the Division I NCAA Baseball Championship as we bring you all the action on Learfield's Regional Rundown Show. From foul pole to foul pole, we'll cover every game with live play-by-play, highlights, and scores as they happen all weekend long. Live on the free Varsity Network app, join our crew starting Friday, May 29th as we go game to game across the 16 regional sites. Slide headfirst into the Regional Rundown exclusively on the Varsity Network app.
Play ball! A crisp Oregon day, and you've just finished 9 holes of golf with your friend. You head to the pub, where the food is delicious, and everybody knows your name. This is life at Corvallis Club, your home away from home. Corvallis Club is a private club and 18-hole golf course in the heart of Corvallis, offering exceptional fine dining, event spaces, a seasonal heated pool, a fitness center with sauna, a 2-bedroom suite, and limousine service. Call or email our concierge today at concierge@corvallisclub.com.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by Oregon State University. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
All saves this year are presented by WaFd Bank. WaFd Bank, you deserve a best bank. Boy, we deserve, I don't know if we deserve seeing a slider like that, but we just saw another good one from Segura. Slider swung on and missed as we go to the bottom of the second inning. 3-0 Beavers. Jack Dower took a rip at it, but came up empty. 0-1 the count to the cleanup hitter. The strike one, fastball in there. Strike two. Segura struck out 2 and retired the side in order in the first inning. A 12-pitch frame, and now he's 0-2 on Jack Dower. 308, 5 homers, 48 runs batted in. 3-0 Beavers in the bottom of the second. Segura to the plate, breaking ball away. The count 1-2. Jack Dower, Davis Hanson, and Owen Turner in the second. A strange play to end the top of the inning, and we'll talk about the sort of the craft, the choices, the difficulties at times, Jimmy, of coaching third, which you have many times in your life. The 1-2 pitch hits Jack Dower. Now, did he offer? No, he did not. The Beavers are upset in their dugout that the first base umpire is saying no swing. And so it's a hit batter on Jack Dower, who is hurting. And that's too bad for the Bees. I mean, you're in utter command of that at-bat.
Mitch is going to talk. I don't know if you can review that, can you?
No, you can't. It's not reviewable.
It's a ball strike call.
Yeah, right. And so...
he might have swung.
Well, he may have swung.
No, I'm just saying.
But it's not appealable.
Right. But Mitch is talking about it.
Yes, he is. But Jack Dower, at the end of the talk, will be at first base getting hit by a pitch.
I think they're going to go look at it.
Well, what are they going to look at? I mean, it's a swing, no swing. Is it a foul ball, maybe? Is that what they're arguing? I couldn't hear him. Did you hear what he said? The home plate umpire,
there was no volume.
Ryan Broussard said the Beavers are appealing something, but you can't appeal a check swing.
Maybe he can go out there and say, did that actually hit him, or did it hit the bat?
Right. Hit the bat and then
in the process, maybe. I don't think you could say, yeah, look, he did swing, but that's not what we're looking at.
Right. No, you can't. I mean, check swings are not, you can't appeal that.
Right.
So, Jimmy, while at the end of this, Jack Dower, I believe, is going to be at first base getting hit by the pitch to lead things off. And they have up on the big screen out in left field here at PK Park a view, and you can see why Jack's hurting a little bit. I think it hit him in the arm. I don't think it hit the bat. But anyway.
I want him to run that so we can see if he swings. Here we go. Go ahead, Mike. And
we're watching the replay, and so I'm going to get your view of this angle that we're seeing here at PK Park. I don't think he swung.
Yeah, I think he did not swing.
Right, and so
it was close.
But that's not appealable anyway.
Yeah.
So that's not an issue here.
Yeah, they're just saying. I think Mitch asked him to see did the ball hit the bat, or did the ball hit his hand on the bat, which constitutes a foul ball.
Right. So I think that must be what the appeal is all about. Jim, the top of this inning ended with Easton Talt getting thrown out. In fairness to Talt and in fairness to Gippy, those are tough decisions there. Talt was going to stop at second because Singer hit the ball so hard, he wasn't going to go first to third, even with 2 outs. Going on contact, yes. Had he been running on the pitch, life would have been beautiful there. He would have scored easily, but he wasn't. Here comes the home plate umpire, Ryan Broussard, to render his decision. But Talt slowed down, almost came to a complete stop at second, then went to third on the first bobble, then tried to score on the second. Yeah, I mean, a hit by pitch is confirmed.
Yeah, there was no doubt.
No, I mean, so I'm not, to me, that wasn't worth using a challenge. But anyhow, 3-0 Beavers in the second. But Gippy, all the stops and starts on that play made it a tough decision for Ryan.
2 different bobbles in right field. And I think the first one kind of piked Ryan Gibson's interest. In the second one, okay, let's go. And it took a fantastic throw by the right fielder, DePrima, to get Talt at the plate.
Davis Hansen, the batter. Segura fires to first, pretty close. But the runner, Dower, who will run too, he's 13 for 14 in stolen bases, just does get back. Ethan Porter slapping the tag, but certainly not in time. But Jack Dower, a dangerous runner, as are virtually everyone in this lineup, has some bags. 28 for 28, 27 for 31. Dower 13 for 14. Davis Hansen swings at a fastball. Had a good rip at it.
Yeah, it's the first good swing.
Yeah.
I mean, we are, the 6th in the order here, or 5th in the order, and that's the first good swing
and he
that a Yale hitter has had at any offering from Eric Segura.
0-1 the count, and Segura, unfortunately, in a 1-2 pitch, loses the guy that he had command of in Dower. The pitch on the way here, fastball fouled into the netting above the Yale dugout, and the count to Davis Hansen. No balls and 2 strikes, a leadoff hit batter. And Jimmy, quite frankly, yesterday, we talk about storylines. Again, Nick Lewis forever and ever, yes. But the Beavers were not quite as sharp in commanding the zone in terms of free passes, and that hurt a little bit. Segura to the plate and misses with a breaking ball, the count 1-2, a few too many.
Yeah, no, 4 hit batsmen and 5 walks. One of those was intentional, but 9 passes is hard to overcome in a 3-2 baseball game.
3-0 Beavers in the second. Segura from the stretch. The pitch to Davis just outside, and the count even. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Davis Hansen. So Segura is hoping now, after being what I thought in utter command of Dower, 0-2, looked like he was just going to blow him down. Goes 1-2 and then hits him. Now has a pitch of decision here, 2-2, to make sure he doesn't get 3-2 and then get himself embroiled in what from here and there in Eric's career after his freshman year where he really commanded the zone. Last year and at times this year, just command of that great stuff has been an issue. Another throw to first, and again, Dower back. Eric's 2-2 pitch is low and inside, ball 3, and so you kind of hear how I'm feeling now.
No, if Yale's going to get back in the game, it's going to be on the backs of walks or hit batsmen. It's not going to be base hits, doubles and triples and homers.
Jack Dower at first, 3-2 to Davis Hansen. The 3-2 pitch is punched in the air. Tyler Inge goes back and kind of has to twist and turn, carrying Oka a little bit to make the catch in shallow left. I was a little worried on the last turn of his body that he may have misjudged it off the bat, but Inge puts it away. Good job by Segura to pitch to soft contact on a 3-2 offering. 1 away, and Owen Turner, the batter.
I had a vision of just Iva Arquette. The ball was hit, and I would just... Arquette might have just stood there and caught that ball. He was so tall and rangy on those.
Owen Turner, right-hand hitting sophomore catcher. The batter pitch is swung on and missed. The runner going. The throw to second to A.J. Singer is perfect for the out. 2 down. Well, Segura thought he got him earlier. His battery mate, Jacob Galloway, throws out Dower. Only the second time this season Jack has been caught. The out 2-4, 2 down. I'm not sure it was a straight steal. Turner was swinging at the breaking ball in the count 0-1.
I noticed your voice is picked up a little bit. You feel better?
I do feel a little better.
It went from full count, man on first, no outs, full count, and I think 2 pitches later, where 2 outs, nobody on.
Yeah, Jimmy, you've been around me a little bit. We've been around. I think, you know that suddenly I'm enjoying this beautiful sunny day a little bit more. The strike 1 pitch missing to Owen Turner. 1 ball and 1 strike. Segura back to the plate, slider for a strike, and the count 1-2.
And that's what I was talking about Lewis yesterday. Not just throwing a good pitch, but getting the umpire to raise that right arm. I mean, the kid's not going to hit that pitch, but if it's a ball, that doesn't help.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down, 3-0 Beavers, bottom of the second. Segura delivers lifted foul off to the right and out of play. Contact on the breaking ball by Owen Turner, right-hand hitting catcher. I'm hoping somebody, if you're listening, Robert Hurst, Sidney Pointer, anybody, I'm going to ask, just because this will come up later at some point, whom did the Mariners draft? They had the 1-1 pick in 1981. Whom did they draft? I'm curious about that. 1-2 the count. Segura to the plate. Fastball swung out and missed. Strike 3. The inning is over, and Eric Segura faces the minimum. In spite of a hit batter, a review, he gets help from his battery mate and strikes out Turner. He's faced the minimum through 2, and we are through 2 in this elimination game in Eugene. The Beavers 3, Yale nothing on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
At Builders First Source, we're proud to be the nation's largest supplier of home building materials with 14 locations across Oregon and Southwest Washington. Our team is driven to deliver for our customers and help tackle the toughest challenges on the job site. We offer expert advice as you shop our extensive selection of lumber, siding, windows and doors, roof and floor trusses, decking, pre-cut, ready frame, and more for your next project. Stop by our locations in Tangent or McMinnville or go to BLDR.com to find a location near you.
Around here, we see a lot of people head out. No matter where they're going, we just help make sure they're ready. Before you hit the road, get a pre-trip safety check from Les Schwab Tires. It's free. Plus, this May, save up to $200 on select sets of 4 tires, including all-terrain, highway, all-season, and all-weather. So go ahead. Explore with confidence. Les Schwab Tires. We're here to help you take the long way. Limited time offer while supplies last. See leschwab.com/sale for details.
Oregon State has partnered with your local Toyota dealers to create an official fan club for your favorite pets, Benny's Buddies. Each member gets an official social media filter, and Toyota and Oregon State give away collars, leashes, treats, toys, and much more. Sign up your pets today at osubeavers.com/Benny's Buddies. To the top of the third, 3-0 Beavers. 2 hits in each of the first 2 frames. The Beavers have been executing the game beautifully, and they hope to do so again against right-hander Tate Evans. For the Yale Bulldogs, the Eli's, an interesting baseball tradition to be sure for them. Evans to the plate. Porter, first ball swinging, grounds it through the box, back up the middle into center field. Base hit. Ethan Porter, a leadoff single. Paul Vasquez, the batter. I don't think Paul will be batting here, Jim.
No, he's got to swing. You know, I don't understand Yale and some of their defensive alignments. Sometimes they'll play with 3 guys on the left side of the infield, and Porter's leading off. He is more of a pole guy. And so when you see a ball go up the middle past the pitcher, that doesn't always mean it's a base hit. Sometimes there's the off infielders. That's where they line up.
Vasquez is butting, and he drags it up along third. Charged by Dower. The throw to first. Oh, he's called out. Now, the Beavers are going to review this, and if they don't get the call, and I think they are going to review it, they're going to ask for the review. We'll see. Vasquez was saying safe when he hit the bag, and the umpire called him out. Mike Henriques was saying safe. I think he is safe, Jim. I think he's safe.
I didn't think they had a chance to get him, but then when I saw the play over there, it was pretty close. Mike, this will give you a chance to you were telling, why don't you go back?
Well, okay. I haven't looked to see if anybody's answered me, and I know I could look it up on my own, but I've always depended on the kindness of strangers and friends. So in this case, I'm hoping friends may be telling me whom the Mariners drafted 1-1 and 81. 3-0 Beavers in the top of the third inning.
I think I have a thought.
And so I'm asking because it relates to what they were going to do and they chose not to, and it has to do with Yale.
Yes.
Okay, so who do you have 1-1 and 81?
Mike Moore.
Okay.
A big right-hander from Oral Roberts.
Okay, I haven't checked yet. I'm going to check
now.
I
could be wrong about that. I remember facing, while you did, I'll tell this. Okay. I faced Moore in a summer ball. I played after my freshman season at Grand Junction, Colorado, and we went to visit Boulder. Boulder had on their pitching rotation was Mark Langston, Mike Moore. The Spike Owen was their shortstop, Joe Carter, Steve Buechele.
You are a good man, Jimmy. Your memory. Robert Hurst, Sidney, Dave from Tumwater, all. Mike Moore, and Mike Moore was the 1-1 guy.
Yeah.
And Moore was a good pitcher. I mean, he pitched.
Big 6'5", threw hard. I remember the next day we saw Moore. The next day we saw Mark Langston.
He's safe, Jimmy. The replay up here, they're going to come back and call him safe. Look, see that angle? The ball's not in the mitt.
I see what you see.
Vasquez's foot is on the bag. He's safe. They're still reviewing it. If they would look up at the scoreboard without going to the network.
They would just ask
if they come back and say out here, they're wrong. Period.
They should have just asked you. We would have told you. We saw it on the screen.
Well, I said
he's going to be safe, Mike.
I said naked eye he was safe. Now, we'll see. Mike Moore 1-1. The Mariners were going to draft Ron Darling and chose not to because Darling wanted too much signing bonus money. Here we go. Yeah, he is safe. Base hit for Paul Vasquez on the bunt single.
And is that the fifth bunt of the day for the Beavers?
I think you're giving him 1-2 minutes. I think that is the fourth. The bunt single by
Tolt.
You had the sacrifice by Singer in the first, the sacrifice by Galloway, the bunt single by Tolt, and now this bunt single by Vasquez. I count four.
I count bunts. 4 as well.
Yeah. So into second base goes Ethan Porter. Paul Vasquez with a beautifully placed drag bunt up along third. The bunt single. Bryce Hubbard the batter. Bryce isn't bunting and takes a strike. The count 0-1. First and second, nobody out. Top of the third. 3-0 Beavers.
Vasquez with a bunt single and a stolen base on the day. Not to mention an RBI single.
Out of the 4-hole. Now Hubbard is showing bunt. Pulls back to slash, and it's a ground ball to first. Davis Hanson goes to second for 1. The throw back to first is not in time with the second baseman on the pivot hesitating a little bit, and that I don't know if he had anybody home or not, but he didn't throw it. Hubbard's not fast.
They should have thrown it.
Yeah, they should have.
Here's what you do. If the guy's in the area, you throw it and just assume he's going to get there. You don't wait for him to just be there, and that cost him a big double play. They needed that double play.
Instead, a sacrifice for Hubbard, 3-6 with...
he swung the bat.
Oh, he did. Yeah, he pulled back and slashed, didn't he? Yeah, sorry about that. Showed bunt, pulled back.
First baseman did make a nice play.
Davis Hanson throwing to the shortstop, Colin Sloan, for the force out on Paul Vasquez. Now, Josh Proctor, the batter, first and third, 1 out. 3-0 Beavers in the third. Proctor taking the first pitch strike from Tate Evans. The infield a double play depth. The wind's picking up, blowing out to right center. Ground ball to third. Jack Dower goes to Jackson Hayes for 1. On to first for the double play, and the inning is over. Well, the Beavers had first and second, nobody out, and just like that.
And didn't bunt. I mean, that's the first time.
No, they didn't bunt. Yeah, right. They didn't bunt.
Yeah.
With
the
Hubbard.
other times they bunted. One of the reasons people bunt is to stay out of the double play. I mean, it just, that's what, Pat Casey, first and third right there, 1 out. That's a bunt situation for Pat Casey. I realize it's Josh Proctor at the plate. doesn't profile necessarily as a bunt guy.
Yeah, I hear you.
But big inning for Yale to get out of that.
Keeps them in the game.
But Oregon State does continually put pressure. That's 3 innings, and that's three times that Tate Evans had to pitch out of an inning.
Tate does pitch himself impressively out of first and second. Nobody out. The Beavers get their first 0 of this young ball game. After 2.5, the Beavers 3 and Yale nothing on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
If your party needs a hand, give a shout to Resource. If you're in a jam, call your friends at Resource. Tailgates with your fam, it's all easy at Resource. We're a family, we know mealtime should be easy. Just pick it up and put it out. Your life starts with Resource. Pick up your Resource today.
Make your next meal a home run with Reese's delicious deli salads and sides. Reese's, we're made for good times.
Hey, Beaver Nation! Experience the best of Alaska with Holland America, the Alaska vacation experts. They've been sharing the wonders of the Great Land since before it was even a state. Cruise a round trip from Seattle, no flights, no fuss, just Alaska right from your doorstep. Experience stunning ice blue glaciers guaranteed. Plus, look for humpback whales and brown bears with the cruise line that's #1 in Alaska wildlife and wilderness tours. Savor the journey with Holland America, the official cruise line of Oregon State University Athletics. Go Beavs!
Bottom of the third inning, 3-0 Beavers. Eric Segura will go to work on Brady Ruiz-Weiss, who homered yesterday, one of the runs that Yale managed against Oregon in the 14-2 defeat that sent the Elis into this elimination game. The Beavers getting here by just being able to solve the left-handed offerings of Nick Lewis. The Cougars winning 3-2 and will play Oregon tonight at 6. Ruiz-Weiss, the lone left-handed bat in the lineup, taking the first pitch from Segura down and away. The 1-0 pitch hit foul into the suites area to our left. The ball rolls through the suites walkway and down into the stands and almost conked a Beaver fan. In fact, a Beaver fan has grabbed the ball, and she deserves it. A ball nearly went off her head. Changeup. Swung on and missed. And the count 1-2. How about that?
First one of the day.
Yeah.
Hadn't had to use it at this point. I mean, he's been so overpowering with the fastball and the slider.
1 ball and 2 strikes to Brady Ruiz-Weiss. 3-0 Beavers in the bottom of the third. The Beavers put a shift on, 3 defenders on the right side, and the ball is chopped slowly foul to the first base coach, Trevor Wren. Corey Keene calls the offense within the third base coaching box. The pitching chores handled by Chris Wojcik, and the head coach is Brian Ham in his 4th year. The Fay Vincent, 31, head coach of baseball. That took some research. Fay Vincent, he didn't go. He does have a jurisprudence degree from Yale, 63, but his father, Fay's father, Fay Vincent Sr., a Yale graduate from 1931. Fay endowed the head coaching position at Yale in honor of his father. The pitch missing down and away, ball 2, 2-2. Fastball taken, strike 3 called. Such a nice mix in that sequence by Eric Segura. Ruiz-Weiss was leaving the batter's box before the pitch was even called. A third strike, 1 away.
You ever have a debate with a guy and he hits you with the zinger and you just turn and walk away?
Yeah.
And that's what I saw right there. Pretty good. I mean, a 94-mile-an-hour fastball with the changeup and the mix that he saw, and I think that's what really twisted him up.
1 away, the 4th strikeout for Segura. Colin Sloan, the batter, first pitch breaking ball away from Eric Segura. 3-0 Beavers in the bottom of the third inning. Colin Sloan out of Bel Air, Texas. Players from all over the country. The really smart ones who are good enough, smart enough, diligent enough to get into Yale. Brian Ham, the head coach for the Elis, the 1-0 pitch, ball 2, 2-0. Was on his way out of Middlebury, and you know a little bit about his own. He had an interview scheduled. He was going to go into the investment banking businesses. His interview was scheduled for September 12th, 2001 in New York at the Trade Center.
Ouch.
I mean, imagine that. I mean, just think about that for a moment. The 2-0 pitch rolled foul. And Brian Ham said he was going to go into the investment banking business, and his interview was September 12th with a firm within the World Trade Center. And the events of the day before led him into a different direction in his life, and he is a baseball coach in a very real sense as a result of not having that interview and taking the job. I mean, that's just, I'm sure he's reflected often about just, as we all have about that day for so many reasons. But it certainly changed the trajectory of the head coach, Brian Ham's life, to be sure. Segura, meanwhile, has fallen behind. The 3-1 pitch is low for ball 4, and Eric walks Colin Sloan. Sloan is 10 for 15 in stolen bases. A one-out walk to Colin. That's 2 freebies in each of the last 2 innings, a hit, batter, and a walk. Segura hoping now to continue to face the minimum by rolling a double play ball, perhaps, as Jackson Hayes, the 9-hole hitter, comes to the plate. Right-hand hitting freshman, 224 with 19 runs batted in.
Sloan on first base. He is now the shortstop. Hayes at bat is the second baseman. They started the year the other way around.
First pitch from Segura, misses, down and away, ball 1.
After about 20 games, they flip-flopped. Take a little pressure off the freshman, move him over to second base.
Segura from the stretch, throws to first, and back to the bag goes Colin Sloan. Segura hitting a batter on a 1-2 count last inning, was never really in command of Sloan. 2-0, 3-1, and issued ball 4. Now out of the stretch, the right-hander ready, working on the 9-hole hitter Hayes. Good fastball for a strike. The count 1-1. Before we go any further, hitting 2 o'clock. Low 60-degree day, pleasant day in Eugene. Let's pause now 10 seconds for station identification. This is Beaver Baseball from Learfield. The 1-1 pitch, fastball. Hayes tries to bunt and bunts foul towards the Beavers dugout on the third base side. 1-2 to Jackson Hayes with Caden Dosa on deck. Brian Ham was one of the first collegiate baseball coaches to introduce this thing known as analytics. He was a head coach at Amherst and introduced an analytics program that was one of the very first in the country, and a lot of big names and people that have gone on to become GMs in Major League Baseball, heads of scouting, heads of analytics departments, and the Amherst program under Brian Ham's watch, a big part of that. 1-2 pitch, a late break from first by Colin Sloan, and the Beavers have him hung up. Ethan Porter throws to A.J. Singer, who tags out Sloan halfway between first and second. 2 down with a count of 2-2 on Jackson Hayes. And once again, Segura with a chance to face the minimum. 2 outs, nobody on, 3-0 Beavers.
I heard you. You were trying to sell that, and I was thinking, Mike, I like your optimism, but come on, they got a guy on. Yeah. I'm not sure what happened. He got out there and just stayed out there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He went, did his secondary lead. He got out there, and then he froze. And I love because Porter always, he has his back to the play. He goes with the sweep tag behind him.
There's nobody there.
There's nobody home.
He gets it to Porter, who makes the tag, and now the 2-2 slider is taken. Strike 3 called. Segura has managed, with help from his friends, to wipe away any sort of anxiety with people getting on base via the free pass. 2 innings in a row. I want to complete the Ron Darling Yale thought when we return. We're through 3. The Beavers 3 and Yale nothing on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey campers, it's Jan from Toyota. This summer, we're headed to Camp Toyota, and the fun starts now. Your summer starts here.
Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Event ends June 1st. Toyota, let's go places.
A lot goes into Oregon State athletes reaching peak performance for game day, including the right nutrition. At Wilbur Ellis, we know that healthy crop performance requires the same attention to nutrition as an athlete. That's why we use benchmark data points to maximize crop productivity through nutrient efficiency. For 100 years, family-owned Wilbur Ellis has been partnering with Oregon's farmers to grow healthier crops. That is the winning ag experience for Beaver Nation. Locally provided by Wilbur Ellis.
Hey campers, it's it's Jan from Toyota. This summer, we're headed to Camp Toyota, and the fun starts now. Your summer starts here.
Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Event ends June 1st. Toyota. Let's go places.
This is the RAV 4th inning, presented by your local Toyota dealers. Now, back to the game.
Through 3 innings at PK Park in Eugene, the Beavers 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors. Yale, no runs, no hits, and 1 error. To the top of the 4th inning we go. Adam Haight will lead things off. Adam drew a walk and scored a run in the Beavers' 2-run second. Adam will be followed by Jacob Galloway and then Tyler Inge, the 7, 8, 9 hitters for the Beavers in the 4th against Tate Evans. Haight shows bunt, pulls the bat back and takes a breaking ball down and away. Ball 1, 1-0.
I thought Haight had a couple of good at-bats. Now, he did not get any hits yesterday, but I thought he had the right approach on some change-ups from the left-hander Lewis yesterday.
The 1-0 pitch, Haight pops one up on the right side. Second baseman Jackson Hayes drifting back, and the ball carries on him. That wind has picked up, but he's able to make the older over-the-shoulder grab for the out. 1 away, and now Jacob Galloway, the batter. But that was an instructive pop fly, Jimmy.
Yeah, that wind did something. You know, I played first base, and I was always coached the position when I was the coach. I just don't like it when rule number 1, the golden rule of baseball is ball, base, backup. You either play in the ball or you're covering a base or you're backing up. You're doing one of those 3 things. And that ball, if it drops, there's just nobody's even playing for covering first base. It bothers me when I see that.
We can be bothered by what appear to be the smallest of things, but there's a good reason. The first pitch to Galloway missing down and away, ball 1, 1-0. The 1-0 offering from Tate Evans is also down and away. 2-0 to Jacob Galloway, 1 out, nobody on in the 4th. 3-0 Beavers. The Beavers squandered an opportunity last inning after executing so beautifully in the first 2 frames to score a run in the first and 2 in the second. Last inning, first and second, nobody out, came up empty. The 2-0 pitch to Galloway is outside, ball 3. 3-0. Tyler Inge on deck. Evans delivers a strike. The count 3-1. Under the sun in Eugene. It went away for a bit. It is partly cloudy and it was cooling a bit, but now the sun emerges as we play on in the 4th, a little after 2 o'clock. The Beavers hoping to play a lot of baseball tomorrow. Galloway swings and fouls one back. 3-2 the count. Yale losing last night to Oregon, 14-2 here. Oregon will play Washington State on the winner's side tonight at 6. If the Beavers prevail, Jim, it's the same scenario we had a year ago back at Goff Stadium at Coleman Field. The Beavers losing to St. Mary's, giant killers in regional baseball the last 2 years. Galloway slaps one foul. The count 3-2. But last year, the Beavers, the giant, were able to get up, fight back, and win. UCLA, I still think, has the wherewithal to do that as the number 1 seed down in Jackie Robinson Stadium. But the Beavers, the upshot would be to win 2 tomorrow and win 1 Monday, as they were able to do a year ago at home. The 3-2 pitch to Jacob Galloway, a ground ball to the left of the shortstop, Colin Sloan. From behind the bag, fields and throws out Galloway. 2 down. Tyler Inge, the batter. Jimmy, we went into the inning. You were saying you don't want to see the Beavers, who just were off to an electrifying start, hitting, running, bunting, go quiet for too long. And you said Tate Evans escaping last inning. A real shot in the arm for Yale. It's up to the Beavers to kind of get themselves restarted again.
Oh, well, 7 hits in the first 3 innings. Oregon State has obviously come to play and have their hitting shoes on, but just were not opportunistic. And in this game, it can just turn on a second. And Yale getting out of that inning, I thought, was big for Yale.
In this elimination affair, the first pitch to Inge, a strike, and now Tyler is down in a count 0-2 with Evans coming back to the plate, pulled foul in front of the Beavers dugout. No balls and 2 strikes, top of the 4th, 3-0 Beavers, hoping to, again, play on and play 2 and give themselves a chance to get to Monday in a winner-take-all game. First things first, a lot of work to do here today. The strike 2 pitch to Inge is in the turf. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Ron Darling was going to be taken by the Mariners 1-1 and 81, pitching for Yale. And that year in the NCAA Northeast Regional, one of the great games in the history of postseason play in college baseball, Yale and St. John's. The pitch to Inge is roped into left field, base hit. Getting the off-speed pitch and pulling it into left for a 2-out single, and that'll bring Easton Talt to the plate. Jimmy, that's a legendary game in college baseball history because it was Ron Darling pitching for Yale and Frank Viola for St. John's.
Yeah.
Darling went 11 consecutive innings of no-hit baseball and lost 1-0 when in the top of the 12, St. John's pulled off a double steal. Viola was gone by then and didn't get the win. Ron Darling takes a loss when he pitched 11 innings of no-hit baseball. The pitch to Toll pulled foul outside of first, and the count 0-1.
I don't know if Viola was draft eligible that year, but certainly Darling went on to a better career than Mike Moore did. No offense to Mike Moore, but Viola was, I think, Viola was not my first major league at bat. It was the second day. Second day.
Was Pete Redfern the first?
Mark Portugal.
Mark Portugal. Okay. The strike 1 pitch to Talt is lifted to right field with a runner going. Tyler Inge was on the move, but Chris DePrima goes back to make the catch. The inning is over. So the Beavers, after a run in the first, 2 in the second, have put zeros up in back-to-back frames. A 2-out single for Inge and nothing more. At the end of 3.5, the Beavers 3 and Yale nothing on the Beavers Sports Network from Learfield.
Just like turning the perfect double play, you need to be in sync with the rest of your construction crew. So why is arranging childcare still the hardest part of your day? Enter Childcare for Construction. We help registered apprentices and new journey workers afford reliable childcare from a licensed provider or even a state-approved family member. Learn more at oregon.gov/BOLI/apprenticeship. When workers thrive, Oregon thrives. Go Beavs.
At Oregon State Credit Union, we weren't just founded in Beaver Country, we were born a Beaver and have been part of the OSU family from the start. And we're proud to be the official credit union of Oregon State University Athletics. Right now, you can earn a $300 bonus when you open any checking account. Get rewarded and bank where your Beaver pride runs deep. Join the credit union that was born a Beaver just like you. Open an account online at OregonStateCU.com/checking or visit your local branch. Federally insured by NCUA, limited time offer and some restrictions apply. Bottom of the 4th inning, 3-0 Beavers. Eric Segura has faced the minimum through 3 with 5 strikeouts, a walk and a hit batter, but both of those freebies have been erased with base running, not gaffes, but the Beavers up to the task with Galloway throwing out the first one, and then the runner last inning, Colin Sloan, as Jimmy Wilson has described, has started to go, then just stopped and froze halfway between first and second. Galloway threw to Ethan Porter, who got the ball to A.J. Singer for the put-out 2-3-4. And then Singer struck out Jackson Hayes and again had faced just 3 batters. And now Caden Dosa to the plate against Eric, about to make his 44th pitch. And it's a fastball low. Ball 1 to Dosa, whom he fanned on 3 pitches in the bottom of the first inning. We're in the 4th. 3-0 Beavers. Segura working with Jacob Galloway. Ethan Porter at first. A.J. Singer at second. Tyler Inge at short. Paul Vasquez at third. The 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball, tap foul at the plate, and the count 1-1. In the outfield for the Beavers, Josh Proctor in left. Easton Talt in center. Adam Haight in right, and a pretty shallow alignment for the 3 outfielders, Jimmy.
Yeah, pretty straightforward. The Oregon's not too much. Just looks like a baseball defense out there.
Singer is swung over a little bit to his right. The ball hit foul in the air in the coaching box area on the first base side. Porter gives chase, but the ball lands untouched in front of the Yale dugout. The count to Dosa 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yesterday when I was walking into the ballpark, a real nice gentleman in a Yale shirt, he comes up to me. He said, "Hey, how are you doing?" Yeah, my name's Kareem Dosa. I'm the center fielder's dad.
The 1-2 pitch to the center fielder. Dosa hits a ground ball to short. Tyler Inge fields it cleanly. Just one chance yesterday for Inge. He handled it. Today he has a putout, now an assist as he throws out Caden Dosa, 1 away, and Garrett Larson, the batter.
We start talking for a minute, and I kind of, 28 for 28 stolen bases. Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, I'm a Beaver fan. I was on Pat Casey's intramural basketball team. He does.
Kareem Dosa played intramural basketball with Pat Casey?
That's what he told me. I'm going to run with it. But I don't know if that's at George Fox or...
Garrett Larson swings.
Would have to be.
The first pitch slider, 0-1 the count. I'm trying to think of where else Pat would have played intramural basketball, except he played basketball at Fox, and he played a little bit of Portland.
And I'm sure he played some intramural basketball.
Susan, Casey, if you're listening, or Pat, I mean, come on, we need to get confirmation on all of this. The strike 1 pitch bounced up there by Segura. The count 1-1. That's a small world indeed.
Yeah, no, and he's, I'm a Beaver fan. Oh, really? And, yeah, but, nice gentleman. I saw him after the game. He just wanted to come in and take a picture of sort of the environment, and then he left and saw him after the game.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, bases empty, 3-0 Beavers. A fly ball to left field. Josh Proctor going back, still going back. And the ball carries over his head for a double that it should have been caught. And Proctor, with the wind blowing, just didn't read it right. That's an out, Jimmy. It's got to be an out. And Proctor never had a...
He never did hit. Yeah. He never got it into 4th or 5th gear. No. I think he stayed in 3rd gear the whole way. And sometimes outfielders that do that knowing that they're going toward the wall. But you got to get into your top speed until you know you're going to catch the ball. And he never did know that he was going to catch that baseball. First hit of the day for Yale.
Going to be tough to face the minimum here in the 4th. Yeah, Garrett Larson with a gift double. Chris DePrima, the batter, struck out looking in the first. 3-0 Beaver. Segura trying to pitch his way through it and delivers a first pitch fastball for a strike. 0-1 the count. Josh is trying to learn his way as an outfielder, and the Beavers have had a number of guys this year that are in that process. And the read, the jump, all of that is something still that the freshman is going to work on. A chopper to Vasquez. He will hold Larson. He throws a good fastball across the diamond to Ethan Porter. DePrima thrown out 5-3. Larson remains at second. 2 down, and Jack Dower coming up.
Do you remember the name Jack Bauer? Same spelling, but a B instead of a D. There was a show called 24. It was about 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm stretching. We also had a kid on one of our teams. His name was Jack Bauer, and of course he got a lot of the Jack Bauer stuff from the TV show. But this is Jack Dower.
Yes, it is. And I did not see any relation to Rich, by the way. I looked for any possible relationship to Rich and didn't find it. A throw to second to A.J. Singer, coming in to receive it from Eric Segura. Eric intent on trying to face the minimum. With a runner at second and 2 down, 3-0 Beavers in the bottom of the 4th inning. Jacob Galloway, time is called. Jacob has his right elbow bent at the elbow area, and it was kind of looked like he was scrutinizing his own right elbow. The home plate umpire, Ryan Broussard, giving place for Jacob to do that. Jacob settles back into the crouch now, with the 0-0 pitch coming to Dower, whom Segura hit. A bunt. Segura comes off the mound, fields, and throws a fastball to first for the out. 1 over the minimum on a gift base hit. Proctor didn't get the right read on a fly ball, but Segura just shoves that off and away and puts up another 0.
Segura was a high school shortstop, and he looked like it right there, but that's a bad play if you're Yale. You can't drive a guy, even if you get on a base hit. You've just passed kicked the can down the road. Guys in scoring position, you got to swing the bat.
And that's a cleanup hitter with 48 RBIs, which leads the club, and he bunts for the final out. I hear you.
And if he gets the hit, nobody scores on that. That's my beef.
We are through 4. The Beavers 3 and Yale nothing in this elimination affair at PK Park on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Today we're going to talk about deep breathing, something we all need to do more of, especially when you're getting ready to call your health plan and deal with one of those automated phone trees. You know how it feels to get into an endless phone loop when you just have a simple question that could take 2 minutes or less, and then pretty soon, you've lost your zen.
Shouldn't your health plan help you reduce stress? That's why you'll talk to a real person when you choose Pacific Source Health Plan.
Tranquility.
It's time to give the home team the advantage. For all your homeowner needs, turn to the Beaver Home Team. WaFd Bank is your local business, providing outstanding service for your local home banking needs. You can count on WaFd Bank to help you score big for your banking needs. Check out osubeavers.com/home team to see what the Beaver Home Team can do for you. Go local and go Beavs.
Top of the fifth inning, 3-0 Beavers. The Beavers were really aggressive and excellent in their execution early. A run in the first, 2 in the second. Short game, clutch 2-out hit from Paul Vasquez in the first to get the first run home. Bunting, moving runners have been shut down the last couple of frames, and now A.J. Singer hoping to be a spark to kind of getting some of that offensive momentum back. 3 runs and 8 hits for the Beavers. Singer takes a breaking ball down and away from right-hander Tate Evans, who has survived a couple of wobbly frames and now delivers a big swing at a slow breaking ball dribbled in front of the plate. Owen Turner comes out of the catcher's box to gather and throw to first to get A.J. One away in the top of the fifth, a swinging bunt. Ethan Porter, the batter, has grounded to short and singled to center.
Somebody check that baseball. Oh, yeah, he's going to throw it out. Honest guy, the Yale guy. You hit a ball like that, you cut it. And pitchers will go to all lengths to keep that ball. But Tate Evans said, no, this ball's done.
Ethan Porter, a single up the middle in his last at-bat. No defensive shift of any kind, really, in spite of that, as you talked about earlier. The first pitch to Ethan, a strike. It's essentially a conventional alignment by the Yale defense here.
It's almost as if they wait till 2 strikes and then they make the big shift. I just don't understand why they would wait. If you think that's what the numbers say and what the spray chart says, scoot them over.
Fastball to Porter, misses high and away. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 3-0 Beavers in the fifth. Tate Evans has gone all the way for the Eli's. He comes set and delivers, breaking ball down and in. The Eli's so named for the founder of Yale University. Elihu Yale founded the university in New Haven, Connecticut in 1701. And the team nickname in his honor, the Eli's. Ground ball through the 6-hole into left field. Base hit for Ethan Porter. His second hit, the Beavers' 9th of the day. A 1-out single for Ethan. And Paul Vasquez, who's 2 for 2, coming to the plate. And in that long history, you said you found somebody, a Yale alum, that you wanted to throw in. I've been talking about Ron Darling, and there's others, but you had another name that was intriguing from.
Oh, there's a lot of them.
But there's a lot.
It's
certainly.
Yale.
Bartlett Giamatti.
Not Henry Winkler. Theo Epstein.
Yeah.
Is a great baseball name, really.
And speaking of analytics and all of that, a toss to first with Porter standing on the back.
3 presidents, I believe.
Davis Hanson, George Herbert Walker Bush, former Beaver, the Yale captain for the 1948 College World Series Yale team. The pitch on the way to Vasquez, rolled slowly wide of third. The shortstop, Sloan, fields and throws Paul out. Hit too slowly for a double play ball to ensue. So Porter goes down to second, 2 down. Bryce Hubbard, the batter. And Bryce with a chance to hit away now. No fake bunt slash. He has a chance to drive in a run here with 2 away.
Yeah, I think he's come up each time in potential bunt situations. And like you said, there's nothing left to do here but just to swing the bat and drive in that run.
Bryce, the team leader in homers with 9, 33 runs batted in. The stretch from Evans, the pitch to Bryce, a little low, ball one. George H.W. Bush, the captain of Yale, played in the College World Series in 1948, and one of the last public appearances for the great Bambino, Babe Ruth, was at Yale Field in 48 to present Ruth a signed copy of the Babe's own book, his autobiography, which he may never have written or read. I doubt whether he had anything to do with it, but in one of his last appearances, the Bambino died August 16th of 48, that spring, presented Captain George Bush with an autographed copy of the book. The pitch to Hubbard gets away from the catcher, Owen Turner, and down to third base goes Ethan Porter. The ball, I don't know if it hit the turf in front of Turner or not. It's probably a wild pitch, but it looked like the type of ball that Turner could have blocked, and now the count goes to 2-1. It'll be a wild pitch officially.
Yeah, it hit the turf first.
Okay. 2 balls and a strike, 2 outs. Porter at third, the Beavers leading 3-0. The pitch to Hubbard is pulled foul outside of first. And the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Babe, by the way, had played in some exhibition games at Yale Field and famously said of Yale Field that it had the best infield and outfield grass and surface that he had ever seen in his illustrious career that took him many places. The 2-2 pitch to Hubbard is swung on and missed, strike 3. Well, the Beavers got off to a hot start. They've cooled off, and that's to the credit of Tate Evans. Eric Segura hopes to keep putting up zeros. He's done that 4 times thus far. Ethan Porter left at third. After 4.5, it's still the Beavers 3 and Yale nothing on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Join us for the opening weekend of the Division I NCAA Baseball Championship as we bring you all the action on Learfield's Regional Rundown Show. From foul pole to foul pole, we'll cover every game with live play-by-play, highlights, and scores as they happen all weekend long. Live on the free Varsity Network app, join our crew starting Friday, May 29th as we go game to game across the 16 regional sites. Slide headfirst into the Regional Rundown exclusively on the Varsity Network app.
Play ball! Project. You and your family can count on Samaritan Health Services for life's biggest health moments. Because cancer care doesn't start at diagnosis, it starts with prevention and early detection. And when you take that first step, you're not just protecting yourself, you're caring for the people who count on you most. At Samaritan, we're with you every step, from screenings to treatment and survivorship. Samaritan Cancer Program, close to home care when it matters most. Visit samhealth.org/cancer.
Bottom of the 5th inning, 3-0 Beavers. Beaver Baseball is brought to you by Umpqua-Dairy, a Northwest favorite since 1931. And in 1931, as we watch the Bulldogs get ready to come to the plate against Eric Segura, the head baseball coach at Yale in 1931 was a gentleman by the name of Smokey Joe Wood, the legendary pitcher for the Boston Red Sox, who in 1912 went 34-5, Jimmy. 34-5 in 1912.
39 decisions.
For Smokey, 35 complete games that year for Smokey Joe Wood, going 34-5, and the Red Sox won the World Series. Segura delivers his first pitch to Davis Hanson, who rolls one foul in front of the Beavers dugout. 0-1 the count. But Smokey Joe, the web of the game, is Roger Angell, the eloquent, beautiful baseball writer. The late, great Roger Angell described it in a chapter entitled The Web of the Game, and it's anthologized in late innings. Strike one pitch is fouled at the plate, and the count quickly 0-2 to Davis Hanson, who popped to short in his first at-bat. The Ron Darling, Frank Viola, Smokey Joe Wood game was witnessed by 91-year-old Smokey Joe Wood at Yale Field. Joe Wood was the head baseball coach for 20 years at Yale after his major league career. The strike 2 pitch, a looper to left, coming in a hurry. Josh Proctor lays out and makes the catch. Good for the kid. He got a good read, not an easy play, and comes in to make the grab. The ball that went over his head, he slightly misjudged. He gets a good read here. A nice play by Proctor. One away in the 5th, and Owen Turner, the batter.
And he didn't try to sneak up on it. He went straight to 4th or 5th gear, whatever he's got, and made a nice play. And that's a big play. The Yale Bulldogs are still in this thing.
Oh,
it's
absolutely.
a three-run game, and you get your leadoff guy on.
Eric Segura about to make pitch number 57. He does with a fastball for a strike. Well, Mitch Cannon was talking about the dominance of Nick Lewis yesterday through 6 innings, 67 pitches.
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, we said, I mean, just from the go-get, the guy's going 9. Yeah. He had a complete game earlier in the year, and then in one game against Air Force, threw 123 pitches and went a paltry 8 2/3. Couldn't get that last out.
He did yesterday with 103 pitches, a complete game masterpiece. What do the Cougs have left for Oregon? We'll find out tonight at 6. The first pitch was a strike to Turner, and Segura follows that with another called strike on the fastball. Comes back with a slider 0-2 and misses down and away. 1-2 to Owen Turner. 1 out, bottom of the 5th inning. 3-0 Beavers.
You and I have talked a lot about Segura, all of the pitchers, but of all the guys on the staff, even almost including Dax.
Segura gets slider just outside, ball 2.
Segura gets more swing and misses in the strike zone. And that's the trick. I mean, a lot of guys, you get people chasing and this and that. In the strike zone, Segura gets swing and miss.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Owen Turner, the catcher for Yale. The Beavers leading 3-0. Segura's 2-2 fastball. Outside, ball 3, 3-2, and 96. And again, that's pretty firm. Eric has touched 9. That's his fastest pitch in terms of the velo today. He's been 92, 93, but he touched 96 there, but he missed with it. Now 3-2 to Turner, 1 out, nobody on. Eric back to the plate. 3-2 slider, swung on and missed. Strike 3, 2 down.
Boy, that's not fair. You throw a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Here comes the full count pitch. Slider, and probably a strike if he doesn't swing.
Great pitch by Segura. Quickly 2 away. And that'll bring to the plate Brady Ruiz-Weiss, the left-hand hitting designated hitter, and the only left-handed hitter in the lineup today for Yale. Segura with his 6th strikeout. Ruiz caught looking by Eric in the first go-around. Segura misses here, high and away, ball 1, 1-0. If you get a chance someday, those of you who like to read great baseball literature, Angel is good, whatever he writes about, but primarily baseball, just brilliant stuff. The Web of the Game is the essay. The 1-0 pitch, pounded foul at the plate by Ruiz-Weiss in the count 1-1. The game between Viola and Darling that went 12 innings in an NCAA regional at Yale Field back in 1981. Roger Angel sat in the stands alongside of Smokey Joe Wood, and they talked through reminiscences of Joe Wood, about batters that he'd faced, about his years coaching at Yale, about what Darling and Viola were doing during that game. It's just a beautiful essay on what Angel describes at the end as the web of the game, connecting Smokey Joe Wood in 1912 to Darling and Viola in 81. It's just a masterpiece of a work. And Yale here, their second trip ever to the Beaver State. They were here in the 17 regional. Ruiz-Weiss swings and misses, I should say, up the road in Corvallis. The 1-2 pitch down and in to even the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Brady Ruiz-Weiss. 2 outs, nobody on. 3-0 Beavers.
Weiss showing bunt with 2 strikes, right. And why not? I mean, the whole left side of the field, you throw anything down over there and you're going to be on.
Vasquez has shifted over to the right side of the diamond, leaving only Tyler Inge straight away at short. The 2-2 pitch is high and away, ball 3. The Elis have run Segura's pitch count up a little bit the last couple of innings, making him work.
That's one of the sort of the down or side effects of guys that you can't hit him.
3-2 slider taken, strike 3 called. You can finish the thought. Segura finishes the inning with another beautiful slider for a called third strike. Jimmy, what is your thought on that?
If you're striking people out, you're using up pitches. The guy yesterday, he goes to complete game, nine innings. He only struck out 1, and that's why he's able to, he did first pitch out, second pitch out, maybe a third pitch out. Didn't get deep in the count. Well, with Eric, they're having trouble just putting the ball in play. Right. And so he's having to throw a lot of pitches. That's why the pace of the game is also somewhat slow.
Good pitch from Segura to get back-to-back strikeouts on his slider both times after a nice play by Josh Proctor in left to open the inning. We go to the 6th. The Beavers 3, Yale nothing on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
OSU football fans, it's time to stack up savings on Bobcat equipment with Wilson Equipment. Now is the best time to buy Bobcat equipment. Take advantage of new savings on bundled attachments, extended warranties, financing as low as 0% for up to 48 months, and thousands of dollars in cash rebates. Wilson Equipment has the Bobcat gear you need to get the job done right. Don't miss out on these unbeatable offers. Visit Wilson Equipment in Medford, Eugene, and Salem today and stack up your savings on the best Bobcat equipment around. Terms and conditions apply. Visit wilsonequipment.net for details.
Mitch Cannon teaches his team the values of hard work, dedication, and swinging for the fences. That's the same philosophy at Umpqua Dairy. For over 90 years, they've produced award-winning ice cream. Just like the Beavers baseball team, Umpqua Dairy has picked up its fair share of national championships through the years. Check out their flavor of the month at umpquadairy.com and find their Oregon-made ice cream at your favorite grocery store. Umpqua Dairy and OSU baseball, a home run combination. Of the 6th inning at PK Park, Mike Parker with Big Jim Wilson in this elimination game. The Beavers and Yale Bulldogs. The Beavers leading by a score of 3-0, but have quieted down after a really noisy start. A run in the first, 2 in the second, and now trying to get it going here in the 6th. Josh Proctor, first ball swinging, hits one off the bag and then off the glove of the third baseman, Jack Dower, for a base hit to lead off the inning. Josh Proctor's second hit, and he jumps on the first pitch to get it off the bag and then the glove of Dower. And even if the ball didn't go off the glove, Proctor was going to get a base hit out of it. A leadoff single for Josh, and that brings Adam Haight to the plate, and it may lead to a meeting at the mound for the first time. Chris Wojcik handles the pitching chores. A meeting has been precipitated by catcher Owen Turner going out to visit with Tate Evans. The first baseman Davis Hanson joins the conversation. The Beavers with their 10th hit. Beaver Baseball brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. A proud sponsor of Oregon State's Road to Omaha. Toyota, let's go places. A bit of a detour last year for the Beavers on the road to Omaha, but they found their way through it, losing in Game 1 to St. Mary's in the Corvallis Regional last year, Jim. Losing here yesterday, it's a tough road, but the Beavers showed you can get there.
The Beavers had their leadoff hitter aboard in the first 3 innings. Now, the first 2 innings led to runs. But then the last 2 innings, the Beavers did not get their leadoff hitter on board, and those led to zeros. So we're hoping to get the Beavers back on that scoring track here.
Adam Haight is bunting, and he pushes the bunt to the right side. He's going to get a base hit out of it. Nobody home. Perfect bunt, bisecting the D on the right side. Base hit for Adam Haight. Boy, the Beavers have been
that's their 5th bunt now.
Their 5th bunt. Now you're right. It's a bunt single here for Haight. Into second base goes Proctor. Adam Haight with a bunt single. Jacob Galloway will be up there to bunt with runners at first and second and nobody out.
A broken clock, right, twice a day. But that's the bunt. That's the one. You push it where the first baseman feels like the only way we're going to get an out is if I field this ball and shovel to the pitcher. If he leaves that for the second baseman, I don't think I think it's a base hit. And so that's why it's just a beautiful play. Here we go.
Chris Wojcik, the pitching coach, is on his way out. Yale has some activity going in its bullpen. The Beavers have runners at first and second and nobody out. Trying here in the top of the 6th inning to pick the momentum back up offensively. 3 runs 11 hits. So the Beavs have left some opportunities out there, and they have first and second, nobody out here. After a run in the first and 2 in the second, they had first and second, nobody out in the third. Eschewed the bunt and ended up an out and a double play ball and came up empty, and have been quiet through the fourth and fifth innings. Now, first and second, nobody out. Jacob Galloway, who sacrificed back in the second, grounded to short, and his last at-bat almost certainly will be up there to bunt. Coach Wojcik heads back into the dugout on the third base side by himself. One other note, a footnote, kind of a postscript to the classic game. Darling, 11 no-hit innings for Yale against St. John. They met 13 years later in the major leagues, and Darling got his revenge, beating Viola 1-0. But how about that? They saw each other in an NCAA regional game in 81. 13 years passed. They've met again for the first time since then. Another 1-0 game, this time with Darling getting the win.
Yeah, I can't say that I followed either one of their careers, but I distinctly remember Darling's a Met, and I don't know if he was a career Met, and Viola as a twin.
I agree. Now, Galloway bunts, and bunts fair up along third. Turner slips, throws to first just in time. Galloway, one of the few guys that is still going to be thrown out even when his counterpart here, Turner, slipped on the turf, but he was able to slip, withstand it, and throw Galloway out. But Jacob just with a perfect sacrifice bunt up along first.
And it had to be perfect, Mike, because Yale had the wheel play on where the third baseman charges, the shortstop beats the runner to third. But the bunt was so nice that the third baseman wasn't going to be able to get all the way to it, turn, and get the out at third. All he could do was go to first. And there's two good right-handed relievers in that bullpen for Yale. They don't use a lot of guys, but Tio Spadaggini and Ben Winslow, it's going to be one of those two right-handers. No time like now. You got to win now.
Yeah, it's an elimination game. Chris Wojcik will make the move now with Tyler Inge, the batter. The Beavers with runners at second and third after Jacob Galloway's second sacrifice of the day. And we'll see. It's going to be for Yale. You mentioned one of the two, and it's going to be Spadaccini.
Yeah, the tall one.
Teo Spadaccini, 6'6" junior out of Lexington, Mass. Checks in to the ball game here in the sixth with the Beavers leading 3-0 with runners at second and third and one out. Tyler Inge has a sacrifice fly and a base hit. He was looking for either one of those will work for the Beavs when we return. Second and third, one out. 3-0 Beavers, second and third when we come back to PK Park on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Picture this, a crisp Oregon day, and you've just finished 9 holes of golf with your friend. You head to the pub, where the food is delicious, and everybody knows your name. This is life at Corvallis Club, your home away from home. Corvallis Club is a private club and 18-hole golf course in the heart of Corvallis, offering exceptional fine dining, event spaces, a seasonal heated pool, a fitness center with sauna, a 2-bedroom suite, and limousine service. Call or email our concierge today at concierge@corvallisclub.com.
It's time for today's Benny's Buddies Pet Spotlight, the official fan club for your favorite pets. Brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Today we're featuring Benny's Buddies members, Plum and Kiwi from Albany. Plum and Kiwi love spending time with their family and cheering on the Beavs from home. Sign up your pet today at osubeavers.com/Benny's Buddies. Each member gets an official social media filter, and Toyota and Oregon State will be giving away collars, leashes, treats, toys, and so much more.
The big right-hander that Jimmy was referring to, not quite going Johnny Most here. We are identifying the name, even though it's a little bit of a difficult one. When Johnny was trying to call an international game, and some of the names were flummoxing him from the Eastern European countries and so on. Over to the big guy, gets it to the smaller guy. Now into the heavy guy. This is the tall guy, but he does have a name, and he is the taller of those two good right-handers. Winslow, those big himself at 6'4". Spadaccini, 6'6", in a tough spot. Infield in, second and third, one out. Tyler Inge, the batter, and a nice play by the catcher, Owen Turner, playing a one-hopper and keeping that ball from going to the backstop. 1-0 to Inge with Josh Proctor at third, Adam Haight at second, one out, sixth inning. 3-0 Beavers. The infield on this artificial turf, a step or two off the edge of the green. The 1-0 pitch, Inge not bunting. Full swing, fouls it back, and the count 1-1. You thought he might just this bunt
not with the infield in, though.
Yeah.
Infield in. I mean, he's got a heck of a chance to drive in, too. I think I've said this before, that coaches and managers I played for in professional baseball, they say infield in, batting average goes up 100 points.
Now in shows bunt, pulls the bat back and takes down and away. Spadaccini, 5-1, an ERA of 3.74, 18th appearance, 2 saves, 33 2/3, 30 hits, 11 walks, 22 strikeouts. Teams have hit 222 against him. Second and third, one out, 3-0 Beavers. Inge not showing bunt and takes down and away. Ball 3-1 with Easton Talt on deck.
Inge just really looked comfortable at the plate. I mean, in that big situation earlier, he fell behind 0-2 on 2 very good pitches and ended up coming through. Last at bat, getting a base hit.
Spadaccini's 3-1 pitch. He takes a rip and hits it foul off to the right and out of play. The count goes full to Tyler. 3 balls and 2 strikes with Josh Proctor at third, Adam Haight at second. The Beavers have bunted 6 times today. 3 bunt singles, 3 sacrifices. I don't think I've said that very often in my life.
You probably haven't.
3-2 to Tyler Inge. Spadaccini to the plate, hit sharply, speared, and now the Beavers have run themselves into an out at the plate. Good play by Colin Sloan, who runs down Josh Proctor. In the meantime, going to third is Adam Haight, and into second goes Inge. But Proctor is tagged out, and he had to go because he was run off by Adam Haight, who apparently thought the ball was going through, that Proctor was going to break. A base running error here on the part of the Bees, although they end up second and third, 2 down, which if you just have a grounder to short, that's what you would have had at the end of that play anyway.
The Beavers played it well. Proctor's job, once he got hung up, was to stay in it long enough for Inge to make it all the way to second base. All Haight could do is just stay at third and put the anchor down. And so both teams, a good play by the shortstop, Colin Sloan. They get the out, and now it's second and third and 2 outs. And a nice job by Inge. I mean, he smashed the ball.
He hit it hard. No, and the infield drawn in, and a good play by Sloan. So, Jimmy, in that respect, as Easton Talt takes a little bit high from Spadaccini, ball 1. The situation, even though it looked a little funky, if you don't break a run, this is what you end up with, second and third and 2 down. So, all things considered, to still have second and third in spite of what happened on the base running play. Talt's going to fly out here, though, to end the inning. And once again, Yale, with a fly ball to right field, stays in the game because of their pitching. The Beavers can't deliver the haymaker. They can't get a knockout punch here today. They look like they were going to and maybe run away and hide early. They haven't. They leave 2 in scoring position here in the 6th with Talt flying out to right field, and that's excellent work over the last 4 innings on the part of the Yale Bulldogs on the mound to still have hope for their 2026 season. We go to the bottom of the 6th. The Beavers 3 and Yale nothing. The Beavers ended up leaving runners at second and third, which would have been the situation had we just had a grounder to short and a throw to first. But the Beavers do come up empty. We'll talk about it when we return. 3-0 Beavs to the bottom of the 6th on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Join us for the opening weekend of the Division I NCAA Baseball Championship as we bring you all the action on Learfield's Regional Rundown Show. From foul pole to foul pole, we'll cover every game with live play-by-play, highlights, and scores as they happen all weekend long. Live on the free Varsity Network app, join our crew starting Friday, May 29th as we go game to game across the 16 regional sites. Slide headfirst into the Regional Rundown exclusively on the Varsity Network app.
Play ball! At Oregon State Credit Union, we weren't just founded in Beaver Country, we were born a Beaver and have been part of the OSU family from the start. And we're proud to be the official credit union of Oregon State University Athletics. Right now, you can earn a $300 bonus when you open any checking account. Get rewarded and bank where your Beaver pride runs deep. Join the credit union that was born a Beaver just like you. Open an account online at OregonStateCU.com/checking or visit your local branch. Federally insured by NCUA, limited time offer and some restrictions apply. Bottom of the sixth inning, the Beavers leading Yale 3-0. It was 3-0 after 2. So a good job by Yale to hang in the game, to be sure. Segura has been brilliant for the Beavers. Eric has allowed just one hit. He struck out 7, walked 1, and hit 1. And we'll go to work on Colin Sloan to lead things off for Yale in the sixth. And the first pitch nearly hit Sloan. Fastball under the hands, just inside for ball 1. Oregon State Baseball brought to you by P3 Health Partners of Oregon. P3 Health Partners, a proud partner of the Oregon State Beavers. Segura back to the plate, delivers a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike to Colin Sloan, who drew the 1 walk that Segura has issued, but then Sloan got hung up between first and second to end the third inning. The 1-1 slider flailed at and missed, and the count 1-2. The Beavers are running the first, 2 in the second. It had 2 on, nobody out to open the third, but Yale has been able to finesse their way through. You were talking about Roy Smith's phraseology. We'll get to it in a moment. The 1-2 pitch is a slider swung on and missed for strike 3. 1 away. Segura, Jimmy, has equaled his career high in strikeouts now with 8.
We talked off air. We were saying, guess what his career high is? You know, I think you were thinking 10 or 11.
10 or 11,
yeah. 8, 6 different times. Dare I say he's going to break that today?
Well, he's got a shot at it. The Beavers, meanwhile, 3 runs and 11 hits. Your good friend, former teammate, big league pitcher, great guy, Roy Smith, Leroy Purdy Smith, the first pitch in there to Jackson, the third for a strike. Tell me what your conversation was about scattering hits.
He took offense to somebody who said, well, he scattered 11 hits. Roy says, no. You get bombed for 11 hits. But with 3 runs, it's fair.
3 runs, and they have scattered. I mean, 3 and 11, that should somehow compute to more. And Yale is still in it. The strike 1 pitch to Hayes is low. The count 1-1. 1 out, nobody on in the sixth. 3-0 Beavers. Segura to the plate, swung on and fouled back. And the count 1-2.
He's starting to use that breaking ball even more. He was so dominant with the fastball. He threw just the 2 changeups I think we've seen from him. But that breaking ball has really been effective here in the last inning or so.
Another strikeout would be a career high for Eric Segura, the pride of Soledad, California. The 1-2 pitch, fastball just outside, ball 2. 2-2. Jackson Hayes struck out looking in his first at-bat. Leadoff hitter Caden Dosa on deck. Eric ready, the 2-2 pitch. Good take on the slider by Jackson Hayes to run it full to 3-2. And again, that pitch count has come up a little bit for Eric.
Not too many first pitch outs today.
Right. He's about to make his 79th pitch of the afternoon with a 3-0 lead. 3-2 the count. And here it comes from Eric. Slider taken. Strike 3 called. A career high 9th strikeout for Eric Segura. 2 down, nobody on. Caden Dosa coming up.
Fourth straight strikeout for Segura. Who this time he went through the front door. He started that slider right at the front leg of the hitter Jackson Hayes, and then freezes the hitter, and then it breaks right across the plate. Fantastic effort by Segura.
Boy, you're right about Eric and the slider command in this inning. Both strikeouts on sliders. All 3 strikes in that sequence to Hayes were slider strikes. His first pitch, fastball here for a strike to Caden Dosa. 0-1 the count. 2 down, nobody on. Bottom of the 6th. 3-0 Beavers. No one throwing back of Eric. It looks like Big Isaac Yeager's beginning to loosen up a little bit. Not throwing, but just getting his body ready for a possible appearance. Swinging bunt, ground ball to the left of the mound, fielded by Segura. The old shortstop fields his position well again and throws to Ethan Porter for the out. That was, for Eric, a pretty economical frame, even with the 2 punch-outs. It gives himself a chance to keep on pitching when the Beavers take defense in the bottom of the 7th. We are through 6, an outstanding outing for Eric Segura. Through 6, the Beavers 3, Yale nothing on the Beavers Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey campers, it's Jan from Toyota. This summer, we're headed to Camp Toyota, and the fun starts now. Your summer starts here.
Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Event ends June 1st. Toyota, let's go places.
First Interstate Bank is the proud sponsor of the Community Hero Program. Throughout the year, Beaver Nation has been submitting their community hero stories, and today we want to recognize Garrison, a young man but an old soul. Garrison always puts others before himself, offering a hand to friends, neighbors, and even strangers. Known for acts of love and kindness, from holding doors for elders to lifting others up, Garrison exemplifies true chivalry and compassion. Thank you, Garrison. From First Interstate Bank, proud sponsor of Beaver Athletics.
Hey campers, it's Jan from Toyota. This summer, we're headed to Camp Toyota, and the fun starts now. Your summer starts here.
Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Event ends June 1st. Toyota, let's go places.
Through 6 innings at PK Park in Eugene, the Beavers 3 runs, 11 hits, and no errors. Yale, no runs, 1 hit, and 1 error. For the Beavers in the 7th against Teo Spadaccini, it'll be A.J. Singer, Ethan Porter, and Paul Vasquez. Switch to the wireless service built for Beaver Nation with plans starting at $15 a month. Beavs Mobile supports OSU every time you pay your bill. Learn more at beavsmobile.com. Spadaccini, the big right-hander, looking into his dugout and asking his pitching coach, Chris Wojcik, to go through the sequence of signs again. Now the righty gets what he wants. Comes to A.J. First ball swinging, a fly ball to center. Caden Dosa going back on the run. Makes the catch just shy of the warning track. Bumps into the fence out in right center. 1 pitch, 1 away in the top of the 7th inning. And Ethan Porter coming up. And Beaver Baseball is brought to you by our friends at Pacific Source Health Plans. All health plans do what's required. Pacific Source Health Plans does more than that. They provide human service, for example, not automated phone trees, and they offer extra support for members who may be struggling. Pacific Source Health Plans going beyond what's required to put members first. Ethan Porter takes a first pitch strike, 0-1 the count. Porter swung the bat well again today. He's 2 for 3. The strike 1 pitch in the turf, standing in at a team leading 323, although his sample size is smaller. But he has been a really good hitter, Jimmy. The bat-to-ball skills is a phrase that Mitch Canham uses, that Ryan Gibson, the hitting coach in the third base box, also uses. The pitch to Porter is low for ball 2, 2-1. Well, everybody's trying to get bat to ball, so what do they mean when they say, well, he's a good bat to ball guy?
Well, he's just got that natural hand-eye type of thing. Everybody doesn't have it. Some people, if you can either hit or you can't.
2-1 pitch, he checks his swing and takes inside, ball 3, 3-1.
And a lot of it's because of that ability to have the not hand-eye coordination, but the hand-eye coordination with an implement. It's different than just maybe, say, catching a ball or something, but he's got that sense.
The 3-1 pitch from Spadaccini is chopped slowly up along third, fielded bag level by Dower. The throw to first is in time. Porter, who doesn't run particularly well, made that closer than I thought he was
going to. He scooted down the line all right there.
2 down, and Paul Vasquez will be the hitter. And again, the Beavers were so exciting, Jimmy, in the early innings to watch, just the way they were going about their business. But Yale's here for a reason, too. They had won 7 straight games coming into the regional. They're having a really good year, 30-14-1, appearing in a regional for the first time since coming to Goss Stadium at Coleman Field in 2017. And the Beavers beat them twice. The pitch to Vasquez low and away, ball 1-0. They do not have a long history in postseason play. Vasquez takes a strike and the count 1-1. The point being the Beavers have been shut down since the 2-run second inning. Yale were College World Series runners-up in the first 2 years of the event, 1947 and 1948. The 1-1 pitch has popped up, so it'll be a 1-2-3 inning for Spadaccini with the shortstop Colin Sloan making the catch. The thing that we kind of feared after the Beavers' hot start has come upon us. That's Jovian in nature and true here today. The Beavers go in order in the 7th. Segura has pitched a gem, maybe as good as he's ever been, but he needs to continue to be good, and the bullpen's got to be solid today if the Bees end up in the pen. Segura has 80 pitches. He could have a couple of more in him.
No, I think they're going to try to go at least through 7 with him. And then, I mean, even at this point right now, he's on watch. They've got guys that are loosening and getting ready to go and not too far from just being hot. But with the pitch count at 80 and the way he's throwing the baseball right now, I think he's going to be on maybe and try to push him into the 8th.
We go to the bottom of the 7th. The Beavers 3, Yale nothing. Back after this on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Just like turning the perfect double play, you need to be in sync with the rest of your construction crew. So why is arranging childcare still the hardest part of your day? Enter Childcare for Construction. We help registered apprentices and new journey workers afford reliable childcare from a licensed provider or even a state-approved family member. Learn more at oregon.gov/BOLI/apprenticeship. When workers thrive, Oregon thrives. Go Beavs.
Picture this, a crisp Oregon day, and you've just finished 9 holes of golf with your friend. You head to the pub, where the food is delicious, and everybody knows your name. This is like at Corvallis Club, your home away from home. Corvallis Club is a private club and 18-hole golf course in the heart of Corvallis, offering exceptional fine dining, event spaces, a seasonal heated pool, a fitness center with sauna, a 2-bedroom suite, and limousine service. Call or email our concierge today at concierge@corvallisclub.com.
Bottom of the 7th inning, 3-0 Beavers. Eric Segura to face Yale's Garrett Larson to lead matters off. The 2-hole hitter, Segura, has achieved a career high in strikeouts today with 9. He had a skein of 4 straight strikeouts to end the 5th and start the 6th. Then a grounder to short. The first pitch is drilled to deep left field and long gone. A home run on the first pitch Segura throws in the bottom of the 7th inning to Garrett Larson. Just Garrett's 3rd homer of the season, only the 2nd homer that Segura has allowed. And Jim, in a game where he's dominated, it's a 2-run ball game in the 7th. It's the type of anxiety that maybe you didn't feel like you were going to get today the way the game started. But here we are in the 7th, 3-1 Beavers.
And I'm not so sure that wasn't a changeup, to be honest with you, Mike. And a leadoff, first pitch changeup is one of those deals where the hitter really is just they don't have anything to compare it to. It's not an off speed. You didn't have the fastball to really compare it to.
A first pitch home run, now a first pitch fastball slashed foul into the on deck area of Yale on the first base side. 3-1 Beavers in the bottom of the 7th. 0-1 to Chris DePrima, who has struck out looking and grounded to 3rd. Segura right back at it, just the 2nd homer he's allowed all year. Fastball low, the count 1-1. Before we do anything else, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Beaver Baseball from Learfield. The 1-1 pitch is down and away, ball 2, and Isaac Yeager is up. No longer just stretching, he's throwing. And that first pitch home run kind of shot him into action as the ball game now just a 2-run affair. The 2-1 pitch to DePrima, lifted into shallow center field. A long run for Easton Tall, but he gets there. Good read by Easton to make the catch. And an important out for Segura to get after being touched for just his second homer of the year. To come back and get an out kind of settles you down a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, you get that. The home run's already in the book, so it would become basically a leadoff single if that ball drops. Instead, Easton Tall, not only with a good jump, but closed fast and made the play.
Jack Dower, the batter. 1 out, nobody on. Segura to the plate. Fastball for a strike. The count 0-1.
Still throwing 94 miles an hour with the fastball. When I looked up there on the first pitch homer, it said 84, and it did look like it wasn't like a good fastball anyway.
No balls and a strike. I thought it was a slider, Jimmy, that didn't hung.
Didn't respond.
Yeah, one of the few sliders without much on it today. The strike 1 pitch in there for strike 2. And now Corey Keene, the offensive coach for Yale, the third base coach and runs the offense, Brian Ham was telling me, asked for time and comes down to visit with his hitter who's down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Brian Ham, by the way, to kind of complete the thought on him, an analytics guru, head coach at Amherst College for 13 years, the head coach at Eastern Connecticut State University for 4 years prior to that. He started that analytics program at Amherst, and coming through it, people that are now in high-level positions at the major leagues. Strike 2 pitch, grounded foul outside of third. Sarah Gellis, the assistant general manager for the Pittsburgh Pirates, and Jasmine Horan, the baseball operations manager for the Cubs, came through Brian Ham's program. I read all of that, and Amelia Moore, who's done a tremendous job with analytics for Brad Brown, the director of analytics for Beaver Baseball. Amelia is finishing up her 4 years with the Beavers in that department. The strike 2 pitch on the way, flailed at and missed, strike 3, 2 down. Segura has responded well to the leadoff home run, his 10th strikeout, and the batter will be Davis Hanson. But Coach Ham was as accessible and gracious as I could imagine. I said, hey, we've got somebody over here that's just finishing up a great run in the Beaver Analytics Department. Would you have a minute after your BP to visit with her? And Coach Ham, the head coach at Yale, spent a good deal of time with our own Amelia Moore and tried to, with his contacts and connections, maybe to help her get started on her career path. That's the field, Jimmy, the analytics world. Yeah. And Amelia and Brad Brown, everybody does a great job for the Beavs.
Well, everybody's doing it. There's no question about it. I was telling you the story about Ryan Gibson showing me a pitcher's chart yesterday on Chris Lewis, the left-hander for Washington State.
Davis Hanson taking a first pitch strike, and Segura comes back and delivers a fastball at 93 for strike 2.
After I looked at the chart, I told Gippy, I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm looking at. Is that like a big strike? So, no, you have to pretend as if you're looking down, like from the... As he starts talking, it's like, I don't know.
The strike 2 pitch, a line drive to right field, and it's a gap job. It gets by Easton Tall all the way to the base of the fence in right. And Adam Haight chases the ball down at the base of the fence in right. A 2-out double on an 0-2 pitch for Davis Hanson. And Yale, which had no life at all, really, offensively, just utterly stymied by a great outing from Eric Segura in this inning, coming into the frame with 1 hit, and that was a bloop single, a homer, and a double. And the batter is Owen Turner, and they're a base hit away from turning this into a 1-run ball game.
It's interesting that, Easton Tall ends up making a play on a ball in front of him. But when that ball was hit, I thought to myself, goodness, Adam Haight's playing shallow. With 2 outs, nobody on, a first baseman, actually literally the first baseman on the opposing squad at the plate. I didn't see it beforehand, but once I saw where he was, oh, my goodness. Yeah. I mean, he just started turning.
Off.
Yeah, he just turned and ran.
Yeah.
And Dorman's out, and I think they're going straight away.
Yeah, and it's interesting in that Eric Segura, his career high in pitches coming into this game 92. Was 93, and he's at 92 now. So he got his career high in strikeouts. Not going to get the career high in pitches. He has a great chance to get a win, but Yale has come to life. And it's all on their pitching that they have a chance. They're still in this game because their pitchers have kept the Beavers from adding to the 3-0 lead. And so the Beavers have another fight on their hands. Segura's going to come out, and Beaver Nation is going to salute the young man for a well-deserved ovation coming off with Isaac Yeager being called in from out of the pen. And let's just listen in as Segura comes off. Indeed, one of the best games Eric has ever thrown, and yet it's not a done deal. Isaac Yeager comes in. The call to the bullpen presented by Wilson Equipment. Stop by any Wilson Equipment location for rugged, reliable Bobcat machines that get the job done. Isaac Yeager looking to do just that. 3-1 Beavers, bottom of the 7th inning. 2 outs. Yale with a runner at second when we return on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Blue Sun Inc. Employment Services is your local nonprofit dedicated to providing employment opportunities to veterans and those facing physical and economic challenges within our community. Founded by a veteran in 2013, Blue Sun Inc. has helped more than 2,500 people find employment opportunities, resulting in more than $21 million in net wages going back to the local economy. To learn more about Blue Sun Inc. and how you can help provide employment opportunities, please visit bluesuninc.com. Blue Sun Inc. Employment Services, proud to partner with Oregon State Athletics. Go Beavs!
Hey, Beaver Nation! Experience the best of Alaska with Holland America, the Alaska vacation experts. They've been sharing the wonders of the Great Land since before it was even a state. Cruise a round trip from Seattle, no flights, no fuss, just Alaska right from your doorstep. Experience stunning ice blue glaciers guaranteed. Plus, look for humpback whales and brown bears with the cruise line that's #1 in Alaska wildlife and wilderness tours. Savor the journey with Holland America, the official cruise line of Oregon State University Athletics. Go Beavs!
For all things college baseball, including live games and talk, tune into Sirius XM College Sports Radio, Channel 84, and streaming on the Sirius XM app. Isaac Yeager out of the Beavers bullpen with a job on his hands. Not quite Raul Robles-esque yesterday, but he's got a job to do and try to keep the runner at second, representing the second run, which would turn this into a one-run affair. 3-1 Beavers, bottom of the 7th. First pitch, slider to Owen Turner is in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. Davis Hanson on an 0-2 pitch, a 2-out double. He's at second. 3-1 Beavers. The strike one pitch is swung out and missed on a change, I believe, Jimmy, and the count 0-2. If you're Yale, you go, well, okay, we got a new guy coming in. He's come in, slider change, and has jumped out 0-2 and trying to put the finishing touch on the inning with the Beavers leading 3-1. Yeager kicks and comes, and the strike two pitch misses down and away, off speed again. He hasn't thrown him a fastball yet, and he's
probably won't.
Ahead of Turner, 1-2 with 2 down.
Yeager, the transfer from Washington, 6-1, a 1.47 ERA, 44 strikeouts, and just 9 walks.
The 1-2 pitch, change up, swung on and missed, strike 3. The ball dropped. Galloway throws into foul territory to Ethan Porter, who catches it for the putout and strikeout. Well, Yeager up to the task. Maybe summon the Yeager lever pulled a little bit earlier than
they wanted to.
Yeah,
they would have loved to have gotten Segura through 7, because not only does Isaac Yeager need to get some outs today, but he needs to get some outs tomorrow and hopefully Monday.
Yeah.
I mean that's the thought process. Yeah. So you wanted to go with the hot Segura, and he was hot, but I think they made the move at the right time.
Certainly looks like it based on what Yeager does with Turner to end the inning. But a home run to lead off the inning, and the Beavers still with a fight on their hands indeed as we go to the 8th. The Beavers 3, Yale 1 on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Blue Sun Inc. Employment Services is your local nonprofit dedicated to providing employment opportunities to veterans and those facing physical and economic challenges within our community. Founded by a veteran in 2013, Blue Sun Inc. has helped more than 2,500 people find employment opportunities, resulting in more than $21 million in net wages going back to the local economy. To learn more about Blue Sun Inc. and how you can help provide employment opportunities, please visit bluesuninc.com. Blue Sun Inc. Employment Services, proud to partner with Oregon State Athletics. Go Beavs!
Today we're going to talk about deep breathing, something we all need to do more of, especially when you're getting ready to call your health plan and deal with one of those automated phone trees. You know how it feels to get into an endless phone loop when you just have a simple question that could take 2 minutes or less, and then pretty soon, you've lost your zen.
Shouldn't your health plan help you reduce stress? That's why you'll talk to a real person when you choose Pacific Source Health Plans.
Tranquility.
Oregon State Credit Union, the official credit union of OSU Athletics. You can join right now. Visit OregonStateCU.com/join. Bryson Glasgow will pinch hit for Bryce Hubbard to open the top of the 8th inning here at PK Park in Eugene. This elimination game, the Beavers leading Yale 3-1. Bryson takes a breaking ball from Teo Spadaccini for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch, fastball inside, ball 2. 2-0, and already Glasgow's approach as a pinch hitter is good in that he's taken a couple of pitches. The Beavers made a first pitch out last inning on Spadaccini. The 2-0 pitch just inside, ball 3, 3-0.
Spadaccini didn't like that last one. He thought both of those were strikes, but he thought at least the second one was going to be called a strike. Neither one of them were called.
You thought Teo was a little wild watching him in warm-ups when he came onto the scene in the 6th inning. A 3-0 pitch here, a knee-high strike, and the count 3-1 to Bryson
even
Glasgow.
about that one.
3 and barely 1. Glasgow, 287 in his 34 games on the year, the transfer from Clackamas Community College. Swings at the 3-1 pitch, a chopper back of third, juggled by Jack Dower, stays with it and throws to first in time for the out. That's a big out for this reason. It was 3-0, and you're going to get your leadoff man on, and you're going to put pressure on, and you go from 3-0 to 3-1, 2 and out. Good work. Again, I marvel at what Yale pitching has been able to do, Jimmy. I thought they were about to be knocked out early in this game, and the Beavers were going to cruise home. That hasn't happened, and it's credit to Yale pitching.
Yeah, I mean, there's two sides of the coin, kind of like when Wade Meckler hits a home run off of
we'll
Drew
talk
Rasmussen.
about that in a moment.
I mean, that's a good news, bad news. Well, the good news for if you're Yale is that they've been very good situationally to limit the damage. The bad news, if you're a Beaver fan, is you haven't been able to get that big hit to blow it open.
Josh Proctor fouls one at the plate. Quite the antithesis of blown open. 3-1 in the 8th. The strike one pitch, Josh swings and misses, and he's down in the count 0-2 to Spadaccini. You mentioned it. It was indeed a case of good news, bad news today for former Beavers. The good news is Wade Meckler for the Angels hits a grand slam, his second career home run. The bad news is it was off of Drew Rasmussen. The strike 2 pitch to Proctor, hit toward the gap into left center field. Larson and Dosa on the run. Dosa dives, he can't get it. Proctor on his way for 2. The ball comes back in from Garrett Larson, not in time. Proctor on an 0-2 pitch gets his third hit of the day, a 1-out double to left center field, and Adam Haight will come to the plate. The Beavers could really use a run, Jimmy, it feels like.
Just a scratch run, but it'd be big. It'd be big. They're going to run here, I believe.
Ryan Hayes will run for Josh Proctor, and that's a move the Beavers would have made defensively anyway.
It's a twofold move because you've got Hayes and his ability to run at second base with just 1 out, and then you're just going to move him into the outfield where he's clearly he got more range and speed in the outfield.
Ryan Hayes, the pinch runner in the top of the 8th inning. A 3-hit day for Josh Proctor. Hayes, the speedster at second, pinch running for Josh. Adam Haight looking for a clutch run batted in. Takes a breaking ball down and away from Teo Spadaccini. Ball 1, 1-0.
Boy, it's really turned into a pleasant day as you look out. It's not as warm as you might think, but it's very pleasant.
Top of the 8th inning, the Beavers trying to render it pleasanter. Looking for another run, another breaking ball way outside, ball 2-0. 3-1 Beavers, but the 3 put up in the first 2 innings. A run in the first, a clutch 2-out hit by Paul Vasquez, and the Beavers were really fun to watch in the second inning. They ended up scoring 2, and a time is called. The pitching coach, Chris Wojcik, is on his way out to the mound. 2 runs, 3-0 Beavers after 2. Wojcik hasn't signaled yet. Spottacini's done a nice job. They've got the other guy, Ben Winslow, you think is the other guy.
Well, yeah, no, I'm pretty sure you're not going to bring anybody but Winslow into the game. I mean, the 2 guys that Yale has used effectively in the bullpen all year long are the 2 guys, or the first guy here, Teo Spottacini, and the other guy is the guy in the pen right now, Ben Winslow.
He has yet to make an indication, Wojcik. I don't think he's planning on making a move here with Adam Haight at the plate. A count of 2 balls and no strikes. Jacob Galloway on deck. First base is open. Nyan Hayes, the runner at second. 3-1 Beavers. 3 runs and 12 hits. And Wojcik does trot back into the dugout on the first base side on his own. Samaritan Health Services, trusted by Beaver Nation, with expert specialty care across orthopedics, cancer care, and more, and all close to home. 2 balls and no strikes to Adam Haight. Has walked and scored, had a bunt single. And the 2-0 pitch is in the turf for ball 3. 3-0. They do have first base open. The left-hand hitting Jacob Galloway on deck.
Galloway would be a good matchup for Oregon State. Left-hander against whichever right-hander he's faced.
3-0 to Haight. Nyan Hayes, the pinch runner for Proctor at second with 1 out. Adam takes the 3-0 pitch, a little low and away, ball 4. Spottacini issuing a 4-pitch walk to Haight. The double play is in order. Jacob Galloway has sacrificed twice and grounded to short. A double play threat in that respect, not fleet of foot, but a good hitter. Doubled homer run yesterday when the Beavers found runs difficult to come by. Jacob managed to get Paul Vasquez home with an RBI double early.
Gosh, I have no idea why the first baseman would be playing in front of the runner.
Which he is, and the pitch to Galloway, checks a swing and takes low and in, ball 1, 1-0. First and second, 1 out, top of the 8th inning. The Beavers trying to add to a tenuous 3-1 lead. Ben Winslow is loosening up back of Spottacini, and the 1-0 pitch from Teo misses low again, ball 2, 2-0 with Tyler Inge on deck.
Kind of half expected to see. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, when he went 2-0, I thought to myself, it's time. You know, don't wait until if he walks him, now the bases are loaded, you bring in a reliever.
Only Robles can handle that.
No, give the reliever a chance to breathe.
Right. Robles actually issued the intentional walk to load the bases yesterday, and what was really the highlight of the day, as you described it, Robles getting out of a bases loaded, nobody out situation, but the Beavers couldn't muster any offense, thus are playing here today in a loser's bracket game trying to keep their season alive. A pitching change is at hand, and Ben Winslow, the other tall right-hander, not quite as tall at 6'4", the 6'6" Spottacini leaves. Winslow will come in. The Beavers have 2 on and 1 out and a 2-0 count to Jacob Galloway, leading 3-1 in the top of the 8th inning in this elimination affair at PK Park. Back after this on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
As a locally owned company with 26 years in business, the Barbers are excited to support the Oregon State Beavers. Come in and get the works, a full-service experience including a precise haircut, relaxing shampoo, scalp massage, and a hot lather neck shave by the most experienced barbers around. When it comes to men's grooming, nothing beats a true barbershop experience. Come in and get yourself ready for game days. Book same-day appointments now online by visiting thebarbersonline.com. The Barbers, where guys go for great cuts.
Whether it's OSU game day or you're getting ready for OSU game day, make sure Dairy Mart is on your playlist. With 39 neighborhood stores throughout the Willamette Valley, Dairy Mart has everything you'll need for a great game. Beer and pop, ice, chips, healthy, fresh-to-go snacks, even hot deli items, and your favorite Lock Me dairy products. Stop into your local Dairy Mart and get what you really want for Beavers game day.
Dairy Mart is here, man. Dairy Mart's right here.
Ben Winslow loosening up, inheriting a 2-0 count and 2 runners on base with 1 out in the top of the 8th inning. The Beavers at the plate leading 3-1. Winslow making his 15th appearance for the Eli's. He's 1-3 with an ERA of 3.19. His numbers are really good. He doesn't walk people per se. 42 1/3 innings of work. Just 8 walks, and that's why Coach Wojcik, who handles the pitching choices for Yale, can go to a guy thinking, okay, he can come back from this and get an out, maybe induce the inning-ending double play ball on Jacob Galloway. 8 walks, 52 strikeouts in 42 1/3, and a batting average against of just 203. Now
he does have that one number.
8. That's what you were saying. 8 home runs to lead. That's the most anybody.
At 42,
yeah.
That's a big number.
He inherits a 2-0 count. Jacob Galloway has just 1 home run as a Beaver. When he hit it, he ran around the bases holding up 1 finger. I was, saying he looks like Joe Namath after Super Bowl III. 2-0 the count to Galloway. A throw to the shortstop, turning the right-hander Ben Winslow to throw to Colin Sloan. Nyan Hayes pinch running for Josh Proctor, who doubled to left with 1 out. Proctor's 3rd hit of the day and 2nd double. Adam Haight walking on 4 pitches. Now 2-0 to Jacob Galloway. Ben Winslow from the stretch. The 2-0 pitch is low and in. Ball 3, 3-0.
I think he threw a cutter or a slider there. Yeah, the advantage when hitter has never seen this pitcher before, advantage pitcher. Just give him your best fastball.
3 balls and no strikes to Galloway. And now a strike, and the count 3-1. And just the track record shows that he's going to throw another strike here. Galloway, though, we'll see if he can get a pitch.
This is a 3rd 3-0 count in this inning.
Nyan Hayes at 2nd. Adam Haight at 1st. 1 out. 3-1 Beavers in the 8th. The 3-1 pitch taken low and inside. Ball 4 to load him up. Didn't miss by much. And in fact, Teo Spadaccini is probably saying, welcome to my world. Right now, the reliever who started this inning for Yale felt squeezed a little bit here. And a guy, again, that doesn't walk people, 42 1/3, just 8 walks, inherited a 2-0 count.
Yeah, that's going to go on Teo's tab, but I agree with you. I thought the 3-1 pitch, I mean, you call it a strike, nobody's gonna flinch.
Bases loaded, 1 out for Tyler Inge. The pitch on the way. Tyler misses a butt attempt, I think. They haven't shown strike. I think he missed it.
I know, but they're...
Oh, and no, says the first base umpire, Nick Mull. I think the Beavers caught a break, Jim.
Yeah, here's what's happened over the course of time is hitters have realized even if you do bunt offer, just pull it back after you swing and miss. After you miss, just pull it back.
Bases loaded, 1 out. The infield back up the middle. The 1-0 pitch outside. Ball 2 in the breaking ball. 2-0 from a guy who's a strike thrower in Ben Winslow. Bases loaded, 2 balls and no strikes to Inge. I thought he missed the butt attempt.
I thought he did too. This defensive arrangement, that's I think that whole push bunt thing is where what Inge was thinking.
2-0 the count with the sacks full, 1 out. The 2-0 pitch to Inge. Fastball foul back, and the count 2-1.
Good swing.
Really good swing, and Inge has had some good ones.
Yeah, he's had good at bats. I mean, he swung it. The one time he had the full count, took 3 tough pitches for balls, and had 2 good swings on fastballs that he fouled off.
A sacrifice fly and a base hit, and hit the ball hard on the fielder's choice the last time he was up. The 2-1 pitch is lined down the right field line, base hit. Hayes scores. Adam Haight will score. Into third base goes Jacob Galloway. A 2-run double for Tyler Inge. The Beavers lead it 5-1.
The Beavers have done a very good job all day long getting people on base, moving runners. Where they've struggled a little bit was getting them in. And Tyler Inge get the first real big hit with people on base. Big hit in the game, and it still leaves a big situation for Oregon State.
Tyler Inge with 3 runs batted in today. Beautiful piece of hitting using the whole field. He is singled to left field. He's had a sacrifice fly to center field, and now he doubles to right to put the Beavers up 5-1. And Easton Tolt, the batter, takes the first pitch outside, ball 1. This is a chance to really bust it right here.
Last night, Oregon and Yale, the score in the 8th inning was 6-2. And then the Ducks scored 8 in the 8th. Now the Beavers here have 2. Had a long ways to get to 8.
The infield in for the Elis. The 1-0 pitch to Tolt is high, ball 2, 2-0. 5-1 Beavers with Jacob Galloway at third, Tyler Inge at second. 5 runs on 13 hits. 2 balls and no strikes to Tolt. A.J. Singer, the on-deck hitter. And a meeting at the mound called by the catcher, Owen Turner. Beaver Baseball brought to you by Dairy Mart. Stop into any of your 39 neighborhood Dairy Mart stores and get what you really want fast, real fast.
Well, Ryan Broussard, home plate umpire, go get him. Go break it up. You can't just talk all day long. There's nowhere to go. It's Winslow to finish here.
There is somebody up, just in case. Winslow has not been especially sharp. He has the best numbers on the team, but he walked Galloway, inheriting a 2-0 count, and a really good piece of hitting by Inge, who has claimed the shortstop job. When Pat Casey makes that argument, I don't make the lineup, the players do. Inge is Exhibit A. Just winning a job that was going back and forth.
It was going back and forth. Cooper Vance, Inge, then one of them would go to third, and it was being moved around a little bit.
The 2-0 pitch to Easton Tolt, high, ball 3. And Inge.
I thought the defense is where Inge got the leg. Look, if one of you is not going to just take it from the offensive side, then we're going to go with the best defensive guy. And then once you get the confidence you're going to be in a lineup, then you start hitting.
The 3-0 pitch, Tolt swings.
I like it.
I know.
There's an open base. I mean,
he hits it foul off to the left, and the count goes to 3-1. Tolt has a chance. He singled and scored in the first inning, a bunt single for a run batted in the second. The Beavers hadn't scored since the second inning until here in the 8th. They've scored twice. They have runners at second and third, 1 out, leading 5-1. The 3-1 pitch, Tolt takes low and inside, ball 4 to reload the bases for A.J. Singer. 5-1 Beavs, bases full, 1 out.
That's why I mentioned I like the 3-0 swing, because with the base open, Winslow does not have to give in. He can walk you. So he can try a slider. So there's no guarantee. So if he throws you a 3-0 fastball, might as well. It might be the best pitch you see, because with the base open, forget about it. They're going to go.
This has been, Wojcik comes out and raises his arm to the bullpen, and he's got a guy. He's got somebody down there.
Yeah.
We thought we were done. Spotticini and Winslow, their best guys. But we're going to see a third pitcher in the inning coming in for Yale with its season on the line. Clearly, another base hit for the Beavs, a couple of more runs, and you feel, we're in a little bit of trouble now. They're in some trouble now as it is. The Beavers getting 2 big runs. The bases are loaded, trying to bust it wide open here with Yale going to their bullpen with A.J. Singer, the hitter. And coming in out of the pen for the Elis will be Daniel Cohen, a right-hander out of a town I'd never heard of until getting ready for this regional. Gainesville, New York.
Yeah, I just wrote down New York. He's from New York.
I got you. He's coming in to take over with the bases loaded and 1 out. The Beavers threatening to bust it wide open, leading 5-1 in the 8th. Cohen to face A.J. Singer when we return on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Pacific Power is proud to support Oregon State athletics by providing the safe, reliable energy that lights our campus, keeps our laptops charged, and powers opportunities every day. From the classroom to the weight room, from groundbreaking research labs to golf stadium, Pacific Power is always there to help propel our students and our community forward. Pacific Power, powering your greatness. Let's go Beavs!
The Rivalry Series is brought to you by Safeway Albertsons, Pacific Source Health Plans, your local Toyota dealers, and First Interstate Bank. The University of Oregon and Oregon State University want to thank each company for recognizing one of the longest-running sports rivalries in the nation. Ultimately, our student-athletes will benefit the greatest from their tremendous support. The Beavs and Ducks will continue carrying on their historic competitive tradition, going head-to-head across the season, bringing the Rivalry Series to life. Cheer on the Beavs this season to capture the Rivalry Series.
Singer blasts one to deep left field. It's on its way. So long! Daniel Cohen, a starter, and you know when your season is on the brink, you've got to, with apologies to the late great John Feinstein, but when it is on the brink, you got to make the moves. And so Cohen, making his 14th appearance, Daniel, out of Gainesville, New York, has started 12 games among his 13 appearances and comes in here now. But he's not only pitched a lot this year, Jimmy, he's just pitched a lot for Yale.
Yeah, this is his fourth year in the program. 226 and a third innings in his career. So 15 and 15 is his career record.
Bases loaded, one out. A.J. Singer, the batter, breaking ball from Cohen. Misses down and away, ball one. A 2-run double for Tyler Inge. A gigantic blow to give the Beavers a little breathing room. Now looking for more. Galloway at third, Inge at second. Talt at first. Singer takes the 1-0 pitch from Cohen down and away for ball two. 2 balls and no strikes. Cohen is a starter, as I mentioned, 5-3, 5.34, 57 and a third, 20 walks, 30 strikeouts. Bases loaded, 1 out. The 2-0 pitch, a strike. The count 2-1, and Beaver Nation is groaning. The Beaver dugout groaning.
I was groaning.
And you went,
It was high. Wasn't that pitch high?
I thought it might have been. 2 balls and a strike to A.J. Some other pitches this inning, though, I'm not sure. The 2-1 pitch is in the turf, ball 3, 3-1. Ethan Porter on deck. 5-1 Beavers with a chance to really smash it. Wide open here with A.J. Singer, the batter. A.J., the team leader in runs batted in with 54. Bases full, 1 out. The 3-1 pitch, he gets RBI number 55. Outside, ball 4. Jacob Galloway down the line, touches home plate to score the 3rd run of the inning. The Beavers lead it 6-1. And Ethan Porter coming to the plate.
4 walks in the inning issued by Eli pitching.
After just 1 through the first 7. That's good on the Beavers, but the zone.
And only 1 yesterday.
It feels like
it got small. It did. We were talking off air about that. Ryan Broussard was, I thought, fair both ways, but liberal. Just, he was calling a lot of strikes. And then in this last inning or so, it just seemed like it was a little tighter. At least that's what the Spadaccini thought.
Winslow and Cohen would all agree. Ethan Porter takes a strike. 0-1 the count. The strike 1 pitch to Ethan down and away. 1-1 to Ethan Porter. 6-1 Beavers in the 8th. Ethan is grounded to short, single to center, single to right, and grounded to third. Trying to get bat to ball and get it in the air at least for another run. The infield a double play depth, and Porter whacks it to the gap into left center field, and he has busted the game wide open. In scores into third base goes A.J. Singer, also scoring. Easton Tall, a double for Porter. The Beavers lead it 8-1. Boy, what a nice swing. Among quite a few today and all year long. And Beaver Nation exhaling a little bit with a 5-run inning, breaking it open to lead it 8-1. Paul Vasquez, the ninth man to come to the plate in the inning. Inge and Tolt scoring on the 2-run double by Porter. A.J. Singer now at third, Ethan at second. Big game for Ethan Porter with his third hit. Josh Proctor with 3 hits. Tyler Inge with 2 hits and a sacrifice fly. 8 runs, 14 hits for the Beavers. The first pitch to Vasquez missing. Now the 1-0 pitch, a fly ball to right field. DePrima camps under it. Singer is on the bag. A.J. tags on his way to the plate, and he scores. A sacrifice fly for Paul Vasquez, and the Beavers lead it 9-1.
Well, we're not done here in the 8th, but in 2 days, Yale has given up 14 runs in the 8th inning. 8 last night, 6 here thus far. They're going to go back and say, if we just could have played 7-inning games, they'd have lost 2.
Bryson Glasgow, the batter. This inning began with Glasgow grounding out to third a long time ago. The Beavers since have scored 6 runs, and now Glasgow's second at-bat of the inning. Bryson trying to get Ethan Porter home. Porter and Glasgow have divided some time at first base during the course of the year. Glasgow had won the job for a while by virtue of a hot bat. The bat will get you into the lineup. The 1-0 pitch, a strike. He had some issues, Jim, as you saw, in trying to learn the new position. Hasn't been there a lot at first base. He takes a strike and the count 1-1. But if you're going to hit, they're going to find a spot for you. The pitch to Glasgow missing down and away.
Yeah, he put the 5 homers in. I mean, in that short period of time. Maybe about, 8-10 starts?
Yeah, about 11 in a row at first base.
Yeah, and 5 home runs.
2-1 the count. A throw to second. Ethan Porter back. But the Beavers have, it's certainly been first base by committee, no question this year.
Craig had 18 starts to start the year over there.
Bryson Glasgow looking for a run batted in with Ethan Porter at second, 2 down, 6 runs in the inning, 9-1 Beavers. The 2-1 pitch to Glasgow way outside, and again a good snag by the catcher Owen Turner. 3 balls and a strike in the top of the 8th. The Beavers closing in on getting an opportunity to keep playing, which was the whole goal on the day. Fastball for a strike, and the count goes full, 3-2. Top of the 8th inning, the Beavers the visiting team today. If the Beavs close this thing out, they play again tomorrow at 1 o'clock against either Oregon or Washington State. The pitch to Glasgow, high and inside, ball 4 again. Glasgow trots down to first, and with 2 on and 2 outs, Nyan Hayes gets a chance to hit. Nyan ran for Proctor earlier in the inning. Josh got the Beavers going with a 1-out double. And Jimmy, going into the inning, it was a 3-1 ball game and tenuous. So a great job by Proctor to get his third hit and second double. And now Hayes gets a chance to bat. Takes a breaking ball down and away, ball 1, 1-0. Nyan has not had many opportunities. This is his 43rd game. He's 16 for 67 at the plate, 239 with a homer and 7 runs batted in. 1-0 pitch, a strike to Nyan, and the count 1-1.
When Proctor was having his struggles is when Hayes got the opportunity.
He swings and misses, and the count 1-2. Really good defender, good runner, and he's done some things offensively that certainly have been good. He hasn't seen an at-bat for a stretch. 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 on and 2 down. 6 runs in the inning. And Nyan swings and misses. Strike 3, and the inning is over. But what an inning it was when the Beavers needed it in the worst way. They get 6 and break it open. They're still 6 outs away. They need to get them to move on into tomorrow. But a 6 spot in the 8th. We go to the bottom half. The Beavers 9 and Yale 1 on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
As a locally owned company with 26 years in business, the Barbers are excited to support the Oregon State Beavers. Come in and get the works, a full-service experience including a precise haircut, relaxing shampoo, scalp massage, and a hot lather neck shave by the most experienced barbers around. When it comes to men's grooming, nothing beats a true barbershop experience. Come in and get yourself ready for game days. Book same-day appointments now online by visiting thebarbersonline.com. The Barbers, where guys go for great cuts.
When you travel the world with fellow Beavers, you get to enjoy top service, value, safety, and the very best travel companions. Book a tour with the Oregon State University Alumni Association and visit some of the world's most coveted destinations while enriching your learning and cultural immersion in every leg of the journey. Domestic and international tours are now booking for 2026 at 4oregonstate.org/travel.
Bottom of the eighth inning, the Beavers leading Yale 9-1 after breaking through for 6 runs, 3 hits in the inning. The big blow, the 2-run double by Tyler Inge. Ethan Porter had one of his own, but the Beavers with 3 hits in the inning, all doubles. Josh Proctor, Tyler Inge, and Ethan Porter. They get 6 and lead it 9-1. 9 runs and 14 hits. Now Isaac Yeager going to work against Brady Ruiz-Weiss. Isaac to the plate, and the fastball is up and away to Brady. Ball 1-0. Ruiz-Weiss, Colin Sloan, and Jackson Hayes, the scheduled hitters for Yale in the bottom of the eighth inning. The 1-0 pitch. Yeager hits it sharply through the vacancy into left center field. Base hit will get the Beavers alignment for you defensively. Nyan Hayes getting to the ball and gets it back in. That would have been a base hit even if Inge were stationed in his normal spot, so to speak. He was shifted over with the left-handed hitter, and a nice job by Ruiz-Weiss to hit it through the open spot. A leadoff single. Colin Sloan, the batter.
I looked out in the bullpen, and there were people throwing a ball around, but it was a football.
The old Tom House school of thinking. The pitch to Colin Sloan, slider for a strike from Yeager. 0-1 the count. For the Beavers now defensively, Isaac working with Jacob Galloway as battery mate. Jacob Craig takes over at first base. He started yesterday, comes in late defensively today. A.J. Singer at second, Tyler Inge at short, Paul Vasquez at third, a throw to first base. Ruiz-Weiss dives back. In the outfield for the Beavers, Adam Haight shifts from right to left field. Nyan Hayes taking Proctor's spot in the lineup now in center field, and Easton Talt in right. And Yeager drills Colin Sloan with the strike one pitch. 2 on and nobody out for Jackson Hayes.
I'm just glad the score's not 3-1.
Yes.
And Doer's going to go out and talk, and I think it's a twofold thing. I think they're going to start seeing about maybe somebody coming in behind him, and that would be a twofold move, knowing that any one pitcher you don't want to tax if you can help it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and with an 8-1 lead, maybe you can. But also just to kind of get into Isaac Yeager a little bit. Hey, look, you have an 9-1 lead, an 8-run lead, right? And it's time to go after people. And so, I mean, the base hit's a base hit, but the hit by pitch, nah, we can't do that.
Right. And Rich has had his say with Isaac Yeager, joined by the infield of Craig, Singer, Inge, and Vasquez. Singer exchanging pleasantries with Brady Ruiz-Weiss out at second base. 9-1 Beavers in the eighth. Yale broke through for a run last inning, had a home run and a double, and it was a 3-1 game going to the top of the eighth. First pitch from Isaac misses high and inside to Jackson Hayes. Ball 1-0. But the Beavers' sixth spot creating genuine comfort, breathing room, etc. The 1-0 pitch swung on and missed, and the count 1-1. Yale went 2-Q at Goss Stadium at Coleman Field 9 years ago, and they're in danger of doing that again today. They have not made many appearances in the tournament, College World Series appearances in the first two events. Ground ball to short. Inge overhands to Singer for one, on to first. Double play. Dorman probably just said, look, here, roll a double play ball and all as well, and he's coachable as Isaac. He does it, 6-4-3. I like the adjustment on the play by Inge at shortstop, Jimmy.
I know what you're going to say. Run with it.
In that it's a ground ball to short, and in most cases you see a flick or a shovel in that type of play, but he had to go to enough to his right that he computed all of that. I may need to get a little more on this throw, so he went overhand with a little more velo to it, allowing Singer to come across and complete the double play. I just thought it was an intelligent baseball play.
It was a hybrid throw. He didn't throw it. He didn't underhand it. He just got it over there in an overhand fashion where he knew the underhand was not going to be it. He needed to get it there better. And so he came with this sort of an overhand shuffle. That got the ball.
Hybrid
that just gave it more velocity to second base. He got caught in the middle.
Exactly, and nicely done by a guy who grew up in a baseball world, the son of Brandon Inge, and he's just seen a lot of things, knows a lot of stuff. The 1-1 pitch, a grounder foul back of third, and the count 1-2 to Caden Dosa. On the play, Brady Ruiz-Weiss went to third on the double play ball, 6-4-3. But again, to me, that's kind of the underrated element of the game of baseball, Jim, is little decisions like that on every play, and it seems, where Inge showed a high baseball intelligence by computing all of that on the move, on the fly, in real time to get the 6-4-3 double play ball. And now Yeager, with an inning that started off a little bit in a troublesome way, delivers a 1-2 slider, swung out and missed for strike three to get Caden Dosa. And the Beavers are 3 outs away from keeping their season alive. They get another chance to add on when we go to the ninth. After 8, the Beavers 9 and Yale 1 on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Pacific Power is proud to support Oregon State athletics by providing the safe, reliable energy that lights our campus, keeps our laptops charged, and powers opportunities every day. From the classroom to the weight room, from groundbreaking research labs to Goss Stadium, Pacific Power is always there to help propel our students and our community forward. Pacific Power, powering your greatness. Let's go Beavs!
OSU football fans, it's time to stack up savings on Bobcat equipment with Wilson Equipment. Now's the best time to buy Bobcat equipment. Take advantage of new savings on bundled attachments, extended warranties, financing as low as 0% for up to 48 months, and thousands of dollars in cash rebates. Wilson Equipment has the Bobcat gear you need to get the job done right. Don't miss out on these unbeatable offers. Visit Wilson Equipment in Medford, Eugene, and Salem today and stack up your savings on the best Bobcat equipment around. Terms and conditions apply. Visit wilsonequipment.net for details.
Top of the ninth inning, the Beavers leading Yale 9-1. The Eli's College World Series appearances the first 2 years of the event and have never been back, and they've only been to the tournament 3 times since 1992. That's 93 and 2017. That 81 game was a tournament, but not apparently considered an NCAA tournament appearance for the Eli's with Frank Viola and Ron Darling. But they are 3 outs away from making it a short stay in their first trip since Corvallis 9 years ago. The Beavers want to keep going. They're enjoying themselves now. They're up 9-1. And the first pitch to Adam Haight in the top of the ninth inning, whacked into center field, base hit for the Beavers' 15th hit of the game, and Jacob Galloway, the batter.
Breaking ball, outer third, and a very nice swing by Adam. He crushed that ball right up the middle. Good pitch, good hit.
Adam Haight on base now for the 4th time. 2 walks, 2 runs scored, a bunt single, now a base hit. Jacob Galloway has just one at bat today on the line score. He takes a strike, the count 0-1. A sacrifice in the second, grounded out in the fourth, a sacrifice in the sixth, and a walk and a run scored last inning. The Beavers was 6 in the eighth, leading it 9-1 in the ninth. Jacob swings and lifts one foul down the left field line. It stays fair. Moving in to make the catch near the line is the left fielder, Garrett Larson. I thought it was going to carry foul. There may have been a little push from the wind to keep it back in fair territory. Either way, it's an out for Galloway. There isn't much foul territory down there, and I thought Galloway was going to live to have another swing, Jim.
It had the look of a foul ball off the bat, and the question is whether the outfielder, who was shading that way and was shallow, is question whether he was going to get to it in foul ground. But no, the ball was caught in fair territory.
Tyler Inge, who's had a huge game, the batter takes down and away, ball one, 1-0. A sacrifice fly for Tyler in the second that put the Beavers up 3-0. And Inge, I think the biggest hit of the game, the 2-run double last inning, a ground ball to third, fielded by Jack Dower, throws to Jackson Hayes at second for one, on to first for a double play. Are the Beavers going to challenge?
They might just.
They're challenging it.
Are they?
Yeah, I thought
he was safe.
I kind of thought he was safe too, but I didn't mind. Get this thing over with.
That's what I'm saying. It's 9-1. Let's get our guy back on the mound. Let's not wait around.
Right.
What's another run going to get you? When 3 outs is what you need.
Right, and so Yeager is trotting down to the bullpen, so his day's over. Isaac, they got Hutch up. So
I think it's Hutch. And we had talked off air about, perhaps you had mentioned maybe do you want to get Yeager out of there because if you're going to win this tournament, he's going to have to go again, and maybe longer. Yeah. And so getting him out, I thought was a good idea. Yeah. And we speculated on who you might use, and I thought I said Hutch at the time might be a good one.
Yeager goes down to the bullpen to a hero's greeting from his bullpen mates. So I'll give him high fives, hugs, slaps on the back. He did a great job. Segura was outstanding today, one of his best starts in his Oregon State career. The Beavers leading 9-1 in the top of the ninth inning and have appealed. I think he's out, Jimmy. I think the call's going to stand.
I think he is out.
Yeah, he looks safe with the naked eye, but I think the call's going to
I'm going to try. If I have time, I'm going to run some career numbers. Eric Segura, he came in at 19-5. If the Beavers hold on, that's his 20th career win. 20-5, 3.94 ERA coming in. That'll go down ever so slightly. 194 innings pitched. That's over 200 now. 222 strikeouts, over 230. Now in his career, all in all, good career numbers.
Really good, solid pitcher.
20-5.
Right.
You know?
Kind of Bryce Femmel-esque, where Femmel just racked up wins through the years. It's close, but I think the call is going to stand. The umpires continue to review it. One thing about, now the Beavers are going to go to the bullpen here. We're talking about Smokey Joe Wood. I got to get this in because I just found it fascinating. Smokey Joe Wood in 1912 went 34-5 with 35 complete games. But in the
World 7 saves.
In the World Series, no, they didn't have that. In the World Series that year in Game 7, now it was a 9-game series then, so this wasn't the last one, and the Red Sox did win it. But in Game 7, the Royal Red Sox rooters were angry that their seats were taken away, and they stormed the field before the game while Smokey Joe Wood was getting ready to pitch as the starter. And they tore the fence down, not the Green Monster, but the fence. Smokey Joe had to wait while the fence was put back up. Here's the call. Yeah, the call in the field stands. It is a double play to end the inning. So the Beavers will go to the bottom of the ninth, 3 outs away with a 9-1 lead. The upshot of that is Smokey Joe Wood had to wait while a crew came in to put the left field fence back up after the Royal Red Sox rooters had stormed the field. Wood, who was 34-5, eschewed throwing any sort of pitch. His arm tightened up. He gave up 6 runs in the first inning and was out. Well, they went through the nonsense of putting the fence back up for Smokey Joe. Can you imagine that? You're facing the guy 34-5 and he loses because of the Royal rooters hurting Joe Wood's chances. The arm tightened up. The following year, Smokey Joe injured his thumb after the 34-5 season. Ended up having to convert to an outfielder because he was pitching with a wet ball in a wet field. The Red Sox made him come back too soon because they needed Smokey Joe's arm in their rotation. Came back too soon, hurt his shoulder, compensating for the injured thumb. Never the same again.
Well, I know he had over 30 career wins in his life.
He did do that. 34.
I remember a football game where the fans stormed the field. They thought the game was over. They had to wait to clear the field again. I thought it was going to cost the Beavers a big win against their
Yes, I remember
rivals,
that too, and we were all there.
44-41.
That's true, but
had
it all worked out
field.
well. Anyway, we go to the bottom of the ninth inning. Smokey Joe was the head, just the whole tie-in here, was the head coach at Yale from 1923 to 1942. 9-1 Beavers to the bottom of the ninth. Back after this in the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Weyerhaeuser has been proud to operate in Oregon for more than a century. As stewards of Oregon's forest, we understand that every decision we make can impact the health of our communities, our forests, and all the wildlife that depend on it. Through our long-standing leadership on sustainable forestry, we're committed to ensuring our forests thrive on a continuous cycle, today and for future generations of Oregonians. Learn more at wi.com. Go Beavs!
Como en un doble play perfecto, tu trabajo se sincroniza con el resto de tu cuadrilla en la construcción. Pero, ¿por qué conseguir un cuidado infantil adecuado es la parte más difícil? Presentamos Cuidado Infantil para los trabajadores de la construcción. Ayudamos a los aprendices y nuevos obreros registrados a pagar el cuidado infantil, con un proveedor licenciado o un familiar aprobado por el Estado. Llama a Diana Meléndez al 971-235-0694. ¡Go Beavs!
Bottom of the ninth inning at BK Park. 9-1 Beavers. A.J. Hutchison is indeed in to try to get the final 3 outs. First pitch to Garrett Larson. A one-hopper to third. Fielded by Paul Vasquez. Fires over to Jacob Craig for the out. 2 outs to go. A first pitch, 5-3 out from Hutch. 2 down. The Beavers 2 outs away from playing at 1 o'clock tomorrow against either Washington State or Oregon. Those two will square off at 6 o'clock. Chris DePrima, the batter. Hutch has been a great young man to have in the program, and he's gotten a lot of appearances and innings, Jimmy.
91st appearance. I mean, that's something.
He works
127 innings pitched.
First pitch to DePrima inside, ball 1, 1-0.
What do you think his career record is?
I can't.
It's a hard one because he's a reliever.
Right.
9-2.
9-2.
So he factored in, and when he did, he won more than he lost. That's for sure.
Hutchison from the stretch with nobody on, 2 outs away. The 1-0 pitch, a strike, and the count 1-1. This year, 1-0, an ERA of 3.91, his 19th appearance, 23 innings, 20 hits, 11 walks, 24 strikeouts, a batting average against of 244. Singer with 1 out and nobody on and a 9-1 lead delivers a breaking ball poked foul to the first base coach Trevor Wren. With that at 4 o'clock here in the southern end of the Willamette Valley, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Beaver Baseball from Learfield. The 1-2 pitch, a fly ball to shallow left center field, base hit, and then Nyan Hayes misplays it a little bit off the turf. It gets beyond him towards the gap in left center, and into second base goes Chris DePrima with a good pitch made by Hutchison that DePrima just kind of barreled, got enough of the barrel on it to get a base hit. It's going to go as a double, kind of a bad hop.
Yeah, it bounced over Nyan Hayes' head, but that's the misplay is crowding the ball like that, and not if you're not going to catch it, you got to allow it for the hop. It's going to hop, right? And an extra base that I don't think Oregon State's going to worry about too much when it's all said and done.
Jack Dower, the batter, a double for Chris DePrima. 9-1 Beavers in the bottom of the ninth inning. A.J. Hutchison to the plate. Misses inside. He's been pitching inside a lot here in this early. I mean, when I say a lot, it's not a lot of pitches, but everything has been in. And in fact, that base hit for DePrima, he kind of opened up, backed out, and got enough barrel to the ball to get the base hit. The 1-0 pitch, fastball on the outside corner for a strike. The count 1-1.
Those sidearm guys, the ball sinks, and their best pitch is down and in to a righty. You want to go down and in to a righty. Make them dig it out.
DePrima at second with one out. The 1-1 pitch is a two-hopper to Tyler Inge. He'll let the runner go across to third and throw out Jack Dower. 2 down in the bottom of the ninth inning. 9-1 Beavers. Davis Hanson, the batter. Beaver baseball all year, brought to you by Pacific Source Health Plans, with plans for individuals, families, employers, and Medicare eligibles. Pacific Source does what's right, not just what's required. Well, Jimmy, the Beavers are an out away. Really, with Yeager and the lead building to this comfortable range, the Beavers are able to get AJ in. AJ's a good dude. First pitch taken down and in, ball 1-0. But they've got to win 2 ball games tomorrow to keep their season alive. Trey Morris likely to be the guy in the 1 o'clock game against either Washington State or Oregon. If you win that, then you get a chance to play again at 6 o'clock. The 1-0 pitch, chop foul back a third, and the count 1-1. That second game, if you take the mystery out, well, it'll be Morris in your elimination game.
I think Morris goes at 1 o'clock.
No matter what. No matter who
you play, right, yeah. You got to win the game. You go with your next best guy, and then you worry about your next pitcher. I mean, if you looked at just guys who start, Connor Mendez has been...
He was good last outing.
Yeah.
Really good.
I think it'd be Connor Mendez. He has actually pitched, if it's Oregon. He's pitched against the Ducks before.
Right
if it's
here.
Washington State, I don't believe that he has.
The 1-1 pitch is roped into left field, base hit.
And so the only person that's really going to complain about the hop over the center fielder is A.J. Hutchinson, who gives up an earned run.
DePrima comes down the line to score after the gift double. An RBI single for Davis Hanson. And coming in to score, DePrima, to make it 9-2 Beavers with 2 down in the bottom of the ninth inning. Owen Turner.
No, Bryce Miller.
Oh, Bryce Miller had come in defensively. That's right. So Bryce Miller gets an at-bat here in the bottom of the ninth inning. His first of the ball game. Oregon beat this team yesterday 14-2. Bryce Miller went 0 for 1, struck out as a pinch hitter. In his second at-bat, he takes a first pitch strike from A.J. Hutchinson. Coming up in our postgame show, we'll look at the road ahead for the Beavers tomorrow, but they have played their way into one with a 9-2 lead, 2 down in the bottom of the ninth inning. The strike one pitch just outside to Bryce Miller.
A lot of groans from the fans here, but that ball is clearly wide.
1 ball and 1 strike. Another good showing for Beaver Nation here today, and they'll be back tomorrow ready to go, trying to do their part and being as loud and encouraging and enthusiastic. Slider foul back in the count 1-2, and the Eli's down to their final strike. Coming west, Brian Hamm, the Yale coach, who I enjoyed the conversation with, said this is just a special and beautiful part of the world. He used to be a recruiter at one point and spent time in Bend, he said, and this is just a great spot. He's glad to be back, but it could be a short stay. The 1-2 pitch on the way is outside, and on indifference, Davis Hanson trots down to second base. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 down, 9-2 Beavers, bottom of the ninth inning. Hutch looking for the final out. Would love to get it via strikeout, but either way, looking for out number 27 and putting this win officially in the books and keeping the Beavers season alive. The 2-2 pitch is fouled back. The count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes, as you said, Jimmy, and what's turned out to be a beautiful afternoon for baseball. And I think we're expecting even better, slightly warmer weather tomorrow.
Yeah, warmer. I mean, I don't know that it gets any more beautiful than what we're seeing right now, but it will be warmer tomorrow.
And we'll be on the air tomorrow. We'll go over all of this on our postgame show, but airtime tomorrow will be 12:30. A 106 first pitch. The Beavers trying to repeat what they accomplished a year ago, winning 2 on a Sunday to play a winner-take-all game in a regional finale. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch is swung out and missed. Strike 3. The ball game is over, and the Beavers have played their way into tomorrow, where they hope to go Ernie Banks and play 2. Isaac Hutcherson strikes out Bryce Miller, and that brings Yale's run in their first regional since coming to Corvallis in 2017 to an end. Mitch Canham and Brian Ham, the head coaches, exchanging arms on each other's shoulders and a hearty handshake greater than the hearty hand clasp of Egbert Sousay in the bank deck. An earnest, hearty handshake here as the Beavers do what they had to do, win to keep their season alive, and an impressive performance in all respects today. The Beavers got out early, lulled in the middle, got hot late, and win it 9-2, and will play either Washington State or Oregon tomorrow. Highlight scores, all of that coming up on our postgame show. The Beavers 9, Yale 2. The Eli's eliminated. The Beavers play on, and we carry on after this on the Beavers